It is March 8th, 2018. What a beautiful day. We're so thankful that you're listening to us. We recorded a couple conversations earlier and everybody got out of the building. We played a little basketball. Things got a little heated. There was some sweating. There was some breathing heavily. Just know that Evan Foxy is on the hot seat for having the best shot in the building. He's getting walked out of the building right now with this jumper that I've just learned how to do. Here comes Diggs walking back into the studio. Today's going to be a good one. The conversations we recorded earlier were incredible. Were they not, Diggs? You can speak into Sean's thing.
They were phenomenal.
It really was good convo. I learned so much about Gonzo. For those of you that don't listen to our Sirius show, we were handed a producer by Sirius, like force-fed, and I don't like that. I don't like working with other people's people. I like my people. I want to work with my people. They're like, no, you're going to have this guy. And this Gonzo character was a producer for 10 years on Sirius, on Jay Thomas show, big show, and he's just a good guy. We got a chance to get to know him. Then a conversation with Rip Rogers about my wrestling debut on Sundays in the post show. You're going to enjoy the hell out of it. Then a conversation with Rich Eisen. And before all that, when I say Dollar Shave Club, if the first thing that pops into your head is an amazing, affordable shave, then I'm about to blow your mind. DollarShaveClub.com. They deliver everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. Dollar Shave Club is more than just razors, Diggs.
More than just razors, Pat.
Dollar Shave Club is better than shopping in a store. Dollar Shave Club delivers you everything you need to look, smell, and feel your best. Shampoo, body wash, toothpaste, and of course, the best razors I've ever used in my entire life, Diggs. I get an amazing high-quality shave every morning from my Dollar Shave Club executive razor. Presidential shit. Thank you. But the true hero of any morning routine is their Dr. Carver's shave butter. It helps the razor gently glide across your skin. You have to experience it. Another must-have experience is how Dollar Shave Club delivers everything right to you.
It's so silky smooth.
That means no more trips to the store, wandering the aisles, hunting for razors that you know nothing about, shampoo, toothpaste, then having to play at being a cashier, scanning and bagging your own stuff. Are you kidding me? No longer.
It's unbelievable.
No more do you have to experience the store nightmares. Dollar Shave Club comes right to you. For a mind-blowing experience, join Dollar Shave Club today. And for just $5 with free shipping, you'll get the 6-blade executive razor plus trial sizes of shave butter, body cleanser, and 1 wipe Charlie's. That is mind-blowing.
Wow.
Then keep the blades coming for a few bucks more a month. Get yours at dollarshaveclub.com/America. What's the greatest country on earth?
America.
That's dollarshaveclub.com/America. For $5 and free shipping, you'll get the 6-blade executive razor plus trial sizes of shave butter, body cleanser, and 1 wipe Charlie's, the portable bidet, so that you're fresh all damn day.
Did you come up with that?
I did.
Very good.
It's mind-blowing. Go to dollarshaveclub.com/America. Here's my dad. Dad just called it. Dad, what's up?
You're not on the podcast, are you?
Yep, right now we're on it.
Oh, sorry. I can call later. You call me later. I just called to see what's up.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Did you enjoy the wrestling thing on Sunday? Did you enjoy the videos? Lifelong dream there coming to fruition. You're probably not the biggest fan of it.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Well,
very interesting to watch.
What does that mean, interesting?
Huh?
What does that mean, interesting?
Well, you look like you were a Goliath compared to that guy, that dude, whatever his name was, Bebe.
I'm 6'1",
like a little guy.
I'm 6'1", 245 right now, Dad. People forget that.
Yeah, but he looked like he was a small guy.
I think he was a big guy, Bebe. I just think I'm that much. I appreciate that compliment coming from the old man there.
Yeah, I just thought he didn't impress me that much.
Tim, are you excited for St. Patty's Day?
Are you excited for St. Patrick's Day, Dad?
Yeah, I got to get some St. Patrick's Day gear, though. I haven't
We
got
got
any
you.
yet.
20% off, BarstoolSports.com store, Dad. You can get your son's mugshot right there on your chest.
Yeah, I have it already. It says allegedly on it.
National holiday at the McAfee house.
Heck yeah.
He'd probably like the Stone Cold and
Can't
the
wait.
Leprechaun.
There's a Leprechaun Stone Colding 2 beers together. It says St. Patty season. It's a good shirt. I think that's the one for you.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a good one.
How's their shipping working out?
We know a guy.
There's a lot of emails being sent out to a lot of people, but they're saying that they're going to get them before St. Patrick's Day, which is, yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. That's not my department.
Yeah.
Hey, how did Mom feel about the wrestling thing that happened on Sunday?
She thought it was funny.
Really?
Yeah, she thought it was funny. She's just not a big fan.
Were you? Now you weren't a big fan of volleyball either when I played in high school.
No, I wasn't, but you did well, and I enjoyed watching it.
And you started yelling at refs at the end of the season.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always liked volleyball myself, playing.
Yeah. Okay, Dad. So, do you think you and Mom would be a fan of mine if I got into wrestling, like in a more, like, would Mom want to go to that?
Probably not. Would I go? Yes. Would she go? Probably not.
Old Sally McAfee. She was a big hater of the wrestling dreams for a
Well,
while.
she never liked wrestling.
Yeah, she hated it.
She hated it. I grew up watching Bruno Sammartino and those guys, and he used to come to the neighborhood when I was a little kid, and it was a lot of fun, actually.
Look at that. Come to the neighborhood. Come down Forest Hills.
No, down Oakland at my grandma's. He knew my grandmother, so he used to stop in and say hi every once in a while.
Dad, your family is quite an interesting one, by the way. Who knows who and who knows what. The Dan Marino priest thing is a wild situation that is 100% in your family and awesome.
Well, Dan Marino lived right down the street from my cousins.
Right down the road down there.
Old Central
Yeah,
Catholic.
then about a quarter mile down the road, they named the field after him, Dan Marino Field.
Did they? Where at?
In Oakland, on Parkview Avenue, the end of Parkview Avenue.
Yeah, down there in Oakland.
Down in Oakland.
All right, Dad, I got to go. I'll call you back later.
All right, love you. Have fun. I'm going to my guitar lesson.
Hey, any life advice you want to give out?
To whom?
Let's just act like you're talking to me.
About what?
Just life in general, Dad.
Life in general. Be good to other people. Use common sense, and don't be a douchebag.
All right, Dad. Love you, man.
All right, love you. Talk to you later.
And there you have it.
He's the best.
Simple, man.
He's the best.
Just be good to other people. Have some common sense, okay? A little self-awareness would be great. And don't be a douchebag.
I love his surprise call-ins.
It feel like somebody lets him know that we're in here. Like, I feel like somebody tells my brother, who tells my mom, who tells my dad.
It'd be Nick.
It would be Nick. It would be Nick, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I could see him now, talking. Him and Sally having a little convo. Hey, they're going in if you want to have Tim call in. And my dad Nick probably tells somebody like, hey, Pat needs you to call. So my dad thinks I need him to call me. He's getting set up. He has no idea what he's walking into. And I'm on the podcast again.
No, if that was really happening, he would have said, Nick told me to call. He wouldn't have lied.
Yeah, you're right. Tim McAfee, what a human, by the way. Also, another incredible thing on this earth. Water's really good.
Water's my favorite.
One of my new favorite things, by the way. Cold water straight out of the fridge.
You know what's the best water? Water after ice cream.
Really?
It's like your mouth is cold, so when you drink the water, it just tastes so good. It's phenomenal.
The really right temperatured cold water is so good.
Have you had it, Ty?
Water after ice cream? Yeah, it's very solid.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Cleans the palate up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're a big palate cleanser guy.
Yeah.
You Italians. You Italians.
We got a lot of courses.
I will house 6 to 7 bottles of water a night, though, at the house if it's cold. If they're properly cold. Not too cold. I don't want to brain freeze. I want to be able to guzzle it since I don't chug anymore. But it's an interesting sitch for sure. Blue Apron is the leading meal kit delivery service in the United States. And while many people know what they do, many don't know about the types of meals you eat when you cook with Blue Apron. You're not just having burgers for dinner. You're making short rib burgers with a hoppy cheddar sauce on a pretzel bun.
What, are we going to a restaurant or making it at our house?
At your house,
Wow.
You're preparing seared steaks in thyme pan sauce with mashed potatoes, green beans, and crispy shallots all in under 45 minutes and without a trip to the grocery store.
Who are we, Bobby Flay?
Not everybody's Bobby Flay with Blue Apron. Everybody's seen the change of my game in the kitchen whenever I started using Blue Apron.
I seen it.
Everybody's seen it. My dad. I'm surprised my dad didn't lead off that conversation with, "Hey, I've been seeing what you've been doing in that kitchen with Blue Apron in your life." I'm surprised he didn't say that. Because everybody's been talking about my life being changed for the better once I finally got on board with Blue Apron. Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone, Diggs.
Everyone.
Blue Apron achieves this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. Not just one.
A community.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Numerous palates are coming together. Okay?
Over 100 probably.
in a meeting. They're all coming together. Like, hey, let's all get our palates on the same page here. Because not every chef's for everybody. But when you have a community of chefs setting up a plan to make food that is good for everybody, that's what Blue Apron has done. You can choose from 3 different plans. You can have a 2-person meal plan, meals that serve 2 people. You choose from 8 new recipes per week with the choice to receive either 2 or 3 recipes any of the weeks. You can have the family meal plan, meals that serve 4 people. Choose from 4 new recipes per week with the choice to receive 2, 3, or all 4 of those recipes that week. Or if you just like the wine, if you like wine, which I think is a very sophisticated thing to do, sheesh, shout out LeBron. Pardon my take. You can get on the wine plan. 6 bottles of wine from renowned winemakers delivered monthly. Don't have your palate be confused whenever you're trying to decide what wine is good for you. I got on this wine plan because everybody's on wine. My dad's drinking wine now. Everybody's drinking wine.
Tell me they'll pair it for you.
Oh, they do. They figure it out for you.
Unbelievable.
They send you wine, 6 bottles of them from renowned winemakers delivered every single month. Are you kidding me? It's convenient. Blue Apron delivers fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door that can be cooked in under 45 minutes. The menu changes every week based on what's in season and is designed by that culinary team.
Makes sense.
Blue Apron offers 12 new recipes each week, and customers can pick 2, 3, or 4 recipes based on what best fits their schedule. It's high quality. Blue Apron sends only non-GMO ingredients and meat with no added hormones. Everything's good. Everything's great. And Blue Apron is treating listeners to this show right now $30 off your first order if you visit blueapron.com/Pat. That's blueapron.com/PAT, as in the Pat McAfee show that you're listening to right now. Blueapron.com/Pat. $30 off. $30 off.
That's a lot of dollars.
Check out this week's menu and get your $30 off at blueapron.com/Pat. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. They take care of people.
They really do.
They do. They've made me a good cook.
Yeah, because you weren't before.
No, I wasn't a cook. And then they become a sponsor of the show. They're like, hey, we'd like to invest in what you're doing here in this podcast. We'd like to help you out. And I'm like, thank you. I am not a cook, though. And they're like, nope, you are now, because you have to try our stuff if we're going to sponsor your show. And I was like, you got it. I signed up for blueapron.com. My lady loves it. I look like a romantic. I look like a hero because Blue Apron is delivering this food that's guaranteed to taste good and gives me the step-by-step moves to cook it. It's
in less than 45 minutes.
It's unbelievable.
$30 off, too?
30.
First order.
Just giving it away.
They got a group of chefs.
How are you taking $30 off? How is... They're not making money. They're trying to go bankrupt. These are my favorite companies. The companies that do specials that are trying to bankrupt the company. My favorite.
I think you somehow take that $30 and see if they'll send you some more wine.
See, now you're getting 6 more bottles all of a sudden. From world-renowned winemakers.
Connoisseurs,
Look at us go.
if I may.
Look at us go. It's March Madness right now. The world is happening very quickly. There's a basketball game on right now, and you know it. You know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and it's time for you to make a boatload of money about it this week betting at MyBookie. If you haven't checked them out, this is the perfect time to get into the action. The madness of March is here. Lay down some money and score big on college hoops. Join me and thousands of online players and start betting at mybookie.ag. Are you sick and tired of getting the runaround when you ask for a payout? Excuse me, I need my money. Excuse me. Excuse me. The Super Bowl was a long time ago. I need my money.
Hello.
Come join MyBookie today. I would only recommend a service to my listeners that's been good to me. That's why I urge you to make your way to MyBookie. You win, they pay, fast and without any hassles. You're wasting your time betting anywhere else. They even have in-game live betting so you can even place a bet after tip-off. Those are the best bets, Diggs says.
Yeah, second half line's very good.
Yeah, because you can read the game. Listen, you don't know what happened in warm-ups. You have no idea how this team traveled or slept the night before. You don't know what team you're getting. But during the game, you're getting a chance. You know. Now you're feeling the ride.
Pretty good idea.
Now you're feeling it. Now this is what we like to call good money. These bets are good money.
Smart money.
Smart money. And MyBookie has in-game live betting, which is incredible. Join now and MyBookie will match your first deposit with a 50% bonus.
Wow.
So now you're just making money just for signing up in something that you know you're going to make money in. Wow. This is $1 billion idea.
Wow.
You can even enter for a chance to win their $1 million bracket challenge. Use promo code McAfee to activate that offer. Visit MyBookie today. MyBookie.ag, promo code McAfee. Get a 50% bonus on your first deposit. You are going to do in-game live betting. You know what's going to happen. Go make money off it. Let's go ahead and get rich. Let's get rich off these kids that aren't getting paid anything.
You know what's a great idea?
Huh.
You take your tax refund that you just got, maybe throw some of that in there. It's basically like playing with house money.
House money. You walk into a casino, they give you a few $1,000s cash in their chips. You go ahead and just play with that. You don't. What are you going to do? Save it. Save it.
You forgot about that tax refund money a long time ago.
Okay.
Now invest it back into gambling.
And you're going to make even more now. So now the government's giving you even more money because of mybookie.ag. Promo code McAfee, get a 50% bonus. MyBookie.ag today. McAfee promo code. Visit MyBookie. You play, you win, you get paid. He's a mouthpiece for the NFL, has been for a long time. He's a powerful voice in the biggest league on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, he has a show every single day. You can watch him on TV, listen to him all over the place. I think his show is from 12 to 3 or 12 to 2. I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Eisen.
How are you, bud? How you been, Patrick?
Life is good, Rich. How are you?
I'm good. How you enjoying doing this thing every day? It's a lot of energy.
I'll tell you
what.
what.
The energy. It's a lot.
I appreciate that, Rich. It is a lot of energy. We also have to record 3 podcasts on top of this that aren't allowed to be this show because Sirius we're only allowed to use a percentage of, so we have to record a whole nother podcast on top.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Rich, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow, that is a lot of talking, even for you, Pat. That's a ton of talking, man.
I agree. Bad decision to retire, probably. Bad decision.
By the way, mouthpiece that has a negative connotation to it.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think mouthpiece is a good thing. I think it could be.
Is it?
I think it could be a bad term. Like I think if somebody's like, oh, blah blah blah's mouthpiece is talking for him, as opposed
right,
to
exactly right. That's what I'm saying.
So it's good for you though, not good for the NFL because you're the mouthpiece for the NFL. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. But that's an excellent attempt at a recovery. An excellent attempt at a recovery.
See what I did there? That's big talk show host stuff we just did right there. You and me.
That was good. That was good, man.
Hey, on your show yesterday, you said some very interesting things. You said
okay.
you always do on a daily basis, but pertaining to the actual game of football, you said some things with some inside information about the catch rule being changed because you heard some talk, some chatter in Indianapolis. Explain that. What is it going to be now?
It seems like look, it's never official until it's official. But from what I am hearing, the catch rule will be changed to have language where the Jesse James touchdown is a touchdown as opposed to having it reversed, the one that would have given the Steelers the lead late instead of being incomplete, leading to one last attempted pass from Big Ben, which got picked off in the end zone against New England, which may have changed the larger order of things because of the fact of Pittsburgh having to play Jacksonville at home, which is a weaker opponent, instead of maybe welcoming Tennessee to them and having New England having to deal with Jacksonville earlier on, and New England going to Pittsburgh. So, I mean, that was a huge swing in so many different ways. And now that will be a catch because the rule, based from what I've been told, the way it will be written, is that all you need is to have 2 feet down or 1 knee down on the ground, like Jesse James had, and then commit some form of a football act, which now that's going to be the problem, is how to explain, how to put in writing what a football act is, other than to use, I guess, the rule of pornography that you know it when you see it, you know? So you know a football act when you see it. In the case of Jesse James, it was him with 1 knee down on the ground and him able to move his torso from right to left to put the ball over the goal line, at which that would have been a touchdown, as opposed to through the entire process of the catch where his hands come down and the ball moves. And that the whole country thought that was a touchdown. Jim Nantz, who's been calling football games forever and a day, thought it was a touchdown. Tony Romo, who's been playing football probably since he could walk, thought it was a touchdown. Everybody thought it was a touchdown, except Al Riveron, who buzzed in. And that's another portion of that I'm hearing about that I think is going to be changed, is we saw this year a replay would officiate the game in many ways from from the command center, as opposed to being using supplementary for what was being ruled on the field. And this year during the regular season, a lot was being reversed because they were, breaking things down like it was a Zapruder film at Dealey Plaza, and then they would say,
Hold
"Well,
on, Rich.
yes, sir."
What was that reference? What was that?
Come on now.
Well, what?
Dealey Plaza, the
JFK,
JFK
man.
assassination. Come on.
JFK?
You haven't even seen that movie?
That's the
Come on.
Zapruder film.
Oh, you know what? I heard it was an inside job. I
my God.
I heard it was an inside job.
But at any rate, they're going to, so the Kelvin Benjamin touchdown in New England for Buffalo, I think in week 16, that got taken away right before halftime, where you might have been able to see one frame of the ball not being in control of his hands for a split second, that would stand as called, as opposed to being reversed. So there's kind of going to be a replay tweak along with a change in the the catch rule, that I think is going to make this a much more watchable game. And all of us fans sitting at home, when we see what we see, it's going to be called as we see it.
Hey, Rich, has anybody ever mentioned or stated, hey, if we have these refs have some personality and be able to talk about, what they see whenever they're explaining something, as opposed to saying, after reviewing the film, the call has been reversed. Why don't they say, what we originally saw was this happened, kind of be a little bit more elaborate? And B...
I don't think so. I think they just... Look, the refs don't want any... I don't think so. I think they just want to go out, explain it. It's not like, a talent contest.
Well, it should
obviously,
be.
you and I... No, look, we could sit here and say it's not a beer commercial, It's like this is, after further review, play stands is called, and we go about our business, which is you read between lines, we couldn't see anything obvious. Okay, so, and if you say the play is reversed, you explain what was going on, and if the play is confirmed, it's basically hey, what we saw on the field, we just saw on video, and let's go, let's start playing football again.
I can understand what you're saying there. I also believe that they have a Jumbotron that's 75 yards right over their right shoulder that is 4K that they could watch as well with the guy in their ear. That would speed up the process. But after the game loses a guy like Ed Hockley, Sterator is one of the only guys who's really liked by players and coaches vastly. There's a couple other guys. Clint, I believe, is Bleak or something is the guy's name.
Blakeman.
Yeah, him. He's liked by people, but it seems as if the referee the officiating job could be one that's dying with talent. How is the NFL going to address that?
They just want it right. In all honesty, they want it right. Look, Ed's one of my favorites too. But there were times when he would talk like it was a Shakespearean play, and we were all like, "Come on, man!" Right?
Yeah.
And maybe just these refs should just wear mediums and get all jacked up, and we'll start paying attention to them too. By the way, with the Hockley thing, we put up on our Twitter page at Rich Eisen Show an exclusive retirement letter from Ed that, as I'll explain on my show coming up in about 45 minutes, I wrote during a commercial break in 3 minutes, and we posted it, and people thought it was real.
Oh.
And that's not from him. He doesn't want to talk. I try to get him to talk. I try to get him to call in today. He wants no business of talking. But, I can't believe, just read the letter. And I can't believe people thought it was real.
Rich, you're a mouthpiece of the NFL. That is what happens.
No, but if I was a mouthpiece of the NFL, then I guess I'll take it as a compliment then now. Shoot.
You should, because I'll tell you this. When people think of the NFL, there are numerous things they think of, but the NFL Network is one of the things that people think about is the league's channel. So when the league's channel says something, it's a pretty big deal. And whenever anybody thinks of the league's channel, NFL Network, they think of your ass. The St. Jude run, 40 run Rich run thing with the 40-yard dash. You've been around since the beginning. I think you've done an incredible job for the game, Rich. I think you deserve more credit.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. So basically, I'm halfway to Kevin Bacon. I'm 4 removed from the NFL. You think of something that makes you think of something that makes you think of me.
Yep.
So I guess if I'm putting out something like that, saying it's an exclusive, I just thought it was so obvious. In the first line it says, "To whom it may concern, football fans everywhere, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury." That was the opening line of the retirement letter in quotes. Just read it. I can't believe that people thought it was serious. But people do love Ed, and and I understand about personality. Just get it right. Get it right. If I see a catch and it looks like a catch and walks like a catch, it should be a catch. And thank goodness the competition committee agrees. The Des Bryant catch that was not a catch under the current rule, I was told would be a touchdown because he caught it and wasn't truly, you couldn't tell, contacted. And then so he made the football act of diving towards the end zone with both feet already down. That would constitute a catch automatically. Ball coming loose, he then grabbed it again and then went across the goal line.
Yeah, I think it's so. I'm happy that they're doing something to correct it, though. This is a good move by the NFL, which I hope they continue to make those. Rich, you're an incredible man. Thanks for coming on my show and chit-chatting about this, letting us know the information. By the way...
Well, Pat, you and I go way back. I always appreciate when you call in on my show and chop it up. So just anytime I say anything that catches your attention, you can have the mouthpiece anytime you want. For the brand. For the brand, Pat.
For the brand. Punters are people too, Rich. I appreciate you.
Hashtag it.
Hey, you're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, NFL Network's Audience Network. He's on the radio. He's on TV. He's on a 10-hour pregame Super Bowl show. He is the man who never stops, the electric Rich Eisen. Thank you, Rich. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us from a tiny little room that is supposedly larger than the normal room he is in, he is the producer that was handed to us by Sirius. At first, he was just known as a guy that I didn't want to do anything for us. They were like, a guy named Gonzo will take care of everything for you at Sirius. I was like, do I know this fucking Gonzo guy? They're like, no, he's just a guy from Sirius. I'm like, well, I don't want to do shit with him. They're like, he's a nice guy. I'm like, all right, let's give it a shot. He has become this voice of God almost like for our Sirius show, an incredible man. And it wasn't until like 3 minutes ago, I had no idea what the fuck he looked like. He looks like Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers. Ladies and gentlemen, at the Mighty Beast, Gonzo. How's it going, Gonzo?
He didn't like that.
No, I didn't. I hear that a lot. I don't like that.
Yeah, it's a spot on decision.
I see it. I just still don't like it.
Well, I mean, I think you should like it. Sal Volcano has done a lot of great things.
That's all right.
So you worked. How long have you worked at Sirius?
I've been at Sirius for 10 years.
Holy hell! So you're like an OG almost of Sirius.
Almost. There's people there that have been there longer.
How did you get handed to us? Like, how did this happen?
Well, it first started because I was producing the Jay Thomas show, and Jay Thomas passed away.
Rest in peace, Jay Thomas.
Yeah, for sure. And it was kind of a hectic few months, so I was kind of bouncing around, helping out, doing what I had to do, and then this opportunity for a sports entertainment channel, because everything was super hush-hush, came up, and it was brought to my attention because I've had sports history, and I'd been doing comedy and entertainment for some time, so it seemed like a good fit.
And so you didn't even know it was Barstool whenever you signed up for it?
No, not at first.
Wow.
And then I found out it was Barstool, and I wasn't even sure what show I was going to be working on, or shows, I should say.
So Sirius just has like a bucket of producers basically just bouncing around, and then you guys just pick and choose, or is it just
No. That was just the situation at hand because Jay passed away.
Were you happy or sad when you found out it was Barstool?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Neither or both. I was unsure. I really didn't know the Barstool brand that well, to be honest.
What was Jay Thomas? Sports, music?
It was everything. It was a show about nothing and everything. We covered like current events. We talk about politics, but make fun of it. We talk sports. We talk food. We talk whatever Jay felt like.
So I probably would have loved Jay Thomas from what he said.
It's a lot like your show, except you're more insane.
Go on. I'd like to hear that. This is an interesting thing, though, because you're a guy who's been in this radio game for so long. I was just basically, I don't want to say thrusted into it, but pretty much just thrusted into it, and then just told to do our thing, and then we hear nothing from anybody. Like, nobody gives us a heads up or anything about anything, whether they like it or not. So you've just been along for this ride of this show. I'm excited to hear what the fuck you think of it.
Well, first of all, I'll tell you that they definitely enjoy your show a lot.
Which is good news, by the way. That feels
not
good.
Only one of the best shows on the channel, if not the best, then one of the best shows on SiriusXM, period.
Well, thank you.
And before I started, I was doing a lot of editing for the channel for all the shows, and so I had to listen to a lot of the podcasts and stuff. And so I listened to some of yours, and I was actually hoping that I'd get on this show because I felt like I'd fit on here the best.
Oh, Gonzo.
Let's go.
Gonzo.
Tears.
Things are getting real sentimental in here. Well, I didn't know you even existed until I think 2 days before we went on the air that a guy named Gonzo in New York would be handling anything.
That's more or less when I found out that I'd be on your show.
2 days beforehand?
More or less, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm happy you've become just this character in our series. You've become a full character in our show, and I am so thankful for it.
I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm thankful that you guys let me, kind of chime in and help out and do whatever.
Where are you from?
From New Jersey.
Do you live there still, or do you travel into New York?
I still live in New Jersey. I travel into New York.
You take a train in? Like, how's this working?
Bus.
How long?
The bus.
The crazy old school buses that run over the bridge.
I go through the Lincoln Tunnel, but
Every day?
or every day.
How long's that travel?
Depends.
So are you in Hoboken?
Today, nightmare day, but because there's snow and stuff like that. But it depends. You never know. You can get on a bus, and at the same time every day. One day it'll take you an hour. The next day it'll take you a half hour.
Are you in Hoboken then?
I'm in Hoboken now. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Look at you with your fucking geographic knowledge. Did you hear that?
Big New York City guy.
I think
Right
that's-
across the water.
That's the only one you know, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's where everyone who works in New York lives in New
Lives
Jersey.
in Hoboken,
Yeah.
Jersey City, Weehawken. Yeah, but I'm from North Jersey, like right on the New York state line is where I grew up.
I've long said nothing motivates you to do more in your life than when you have to ride a city bus to work every day.
He does it still.
Yeah. Well, it's cheaper and it drops me off closer. Everybody says, take the train. I'm like, well, there's assholes on the train too. It doesn't really matter. And it's cheaper for me and it gets me closer to work, so it's just a no-brainer situation. But there's a lot of crazy stories. I've posted a lot of things of buses catching on fire, breaking down in the middle of the highway. Also,
It's the buses that look like old school buses,
there
right?
was a guy on a bus who apparently he took out a plastic bag and he shit in it in the back of the bus, then left it and ran out the second the bus. Like he couldn't wait the 5 minutes to get to Port Authority. He just had to
Yeah, it
like
sounds
shit
like
in
the
the
subway.
bag. Yeah.
It's just like the subway.
This is so wild to me, by the way, to be watching you speak these words. I wish you would understand what's going on in my brain right now. He is on Skype on TV right now, and this is my first time I've ever seen Sal Volcano. And it's one of these things where it's such a weird situation. Because your voice
Stop
is
looking at me.
your voice is so buttery. It's such a buttery, smooth voice. And now I'm getting a chance to put the face with the voice. And it's been like 2 months you've been in my
Ruined now.
No, it's awesome. It's even better. I can't wait to put you on this Will Smith cutout right here. You're going to be a part of the room. I just don't know if there's a bus that can get you here in time every morning.
No,
It
you're
has
gonna
been
have to
2
send that
months, huh?
helicopter over here.
It's been like 2 months, I think, right?
Pretty much
January 17th was our first day.
Yeah,
almost 2 months.
yeah.
It's an interesting world, this series.
wild.
This
St.
series,
Patty's Day will be 2 months. What a celebration.
What a celebration.
I'm not going to make it long. I'm going to go kegs and eggs. I'm going to go hard, too.
Are you?
All gas, no brakes.
You said that in Morgantown, and I understand you did a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
So
And it wasn't a celebration that night. It wasn't a celebration at that moment. It was a great build-up. It was a great, awesome moment. I thought there was a lot of question marks around a lot of things. The judge, there was a lot of question marks. And I was just like, you know what? It's not right. It's not right. But St. Patrick's Day is a holiday I have to. Like, it's forced upon me. My family will force me to. So I'll go all gas, no brakes. All real, no fakes.
Gonzo, is there a Cuban St. Patty's Day? What's the most St. Patty's Day-ish holiday for you Cubans?
I don't think we have one.
You are Cuban, 100% Cuban?
You guys don't have Missile Crisis Day or nothing?
No, none of that. Yeah, both my parents were born in Cuba.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that how Zito is? Is Zito the same way? Anybody know?
I don't know.
No? Foxy?
No, I'm not sure.
I don't think that both of them are from Cuba.
I'll tell you what, the Cuban representation in my life has upped immensely. I've talked about this numerous times. I go to a Cuban sandwich place, Taste of Havana in Broad Ripple, Indiana. It's incredible. Zito's in my life every day, director of morale. This Gonzo character is in my ears now. I enjoy the Cuban
And your
spirit.
life is so much better now, right?
It is. I'm going to tell you, the Cubans have a great spirit that is brought into my life. Now, with that being said, St. Patrick's Day is going to be a shitty day for a lot of people acting Irish, and I love that acting Irish is associated with just blacking out and making a complete fool of yourself in public during the day.
Yeah.
Good for us.
Yeah.
Get your shirts now, 20% off, barstoolsports.com store. Gonzo, we sent you a little merch kit basically. Are you going to
Yeah.
ever wear those? Or do you wear those or no?
I will. Yeah, I tried them on. Everything fits good. I'm excited. I didn't know what that one. I saw that white shirt and I was like, "What the hell is this? Like sweat veggies?" And then I opened it up and I noticed it was a chef's shirt.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Watch a fucking clip from
Jesus
time.
Christ.
Come on.
This guy.
You got
watch
12
some.
monitors.
Unbelievable. You got 6 TVs over there.
Jesus.
I wasn't expecting all that stuff to come in, so I was really appreciative of all that stuff. Those-
Actually, we're sold out in the store. You mind sending that veggies one back?
that's
I'm
the
trying
one
to
I
sell
won't
that.
send back. No way.
Are you married?
No.
No kids, no marriage.
Nope.
So you're just kind of living life, keeping it moving, having a good time, bussing in, bussing out.
Yeah.
What a
Doing
life.
that, working. Got several jobs.
What do you do?
Radio stuff. I'm producing here, and then I do some, like radio master and some QC stuff elsewhere.
Really?
So it's like in control rooms, just kind of monitoring feeds and taking care of issues that might pop up.
So you hate the sun?
No, I miss it dearly.
You go.
Without that other
Not
stuff.
a lot of windows in your rooms.
You go in a lot of rooms that have no windows or nothing.
No, I can't see anything in here. It's just tan. Wow. Everything in here is tan right now.
And this is not the room you use for our show?
No, that one actually, there is a window on the door and I can see outside. So I watch these people that are across the street and I can see them. They're packing, it's like a flute place, like the musical instrument. And they're cleaning them and they box them up. It's the weirdest thing.
So you really are like a guy in jail because they got those little thin little windows.
A lot of fucking fluters coming in and out of there. Let me get the flute.
Saddest things I've ever heard.
It's a flautist.
That's unbelievable.
Fluters.
Flautist?
Yeah, that is what it is.
So
I got to find my way over there. There's a
I
couple
think.
cute chicks in there.
Oh, look, you're keeping an eye over there.
Always looking, right?
Excuse me with the flautist.
That's- when you cross the street over there, that's what they're just fucking practicing. You gotta fucking do a little stutter step there, this little fucking little hoppity hop
Like
skips.
I'm the Pied Piper.
What's your favorite thing to do in New York City?
Rub and tug, say it.
Say it.
No, never actually been to one of those.
Liar.
Me neither,
nope.
by the way.
Me
Are
neither.
you a speakeasy guy?
No, I'm just chill at the bar with a whiskey and some friends and watch the game.
My man.
I like cooking, so I
Really?
do a lot of that. Yeah.
You $20 chef. You need to collab.
If you see on my Instagram and Twitter too, you'll see pictures. There's food.
What is your Instagram?
The Mighty Best, because some asshole has the Mighty Beast and follows one person, and that's the same person that follows them and has posted nothing. I've sent them messages and nothing.
That somebody took Pat McAfee and they later in my life told me they were trying to give it back to me as a gift for a certain amount of money.
I was going to say how much, $5
Yeah.
grand.
Well, they said they got it before anybody else could. So I was to thank them and then I was to pay them. So I was to thank them for stealing it and then pay them and get it back. And I was like, I'll just drop a show right here on the end and you go fuck yourself.
It's good hustle by them, though. You can't knock them for that.
It's what GoDaddy did. GoDaddy just swept up all the real estate on the internet and just bought everything up, and you can buy it through us. Here's a funny Super Bowl commercial, and then buy the real estate from us if you want it.
There's an Twitter account at DIGZ. It's never tweeted. It's never done anything. I want it so bad.
You want the Z?
I want it so bad. Well, DIGS is an actual company, so I
Yeah.
can't go after that one.
Okay.
Diggs. It's a shovel company, isn't it?
It's a fucking
No, it's
survival
not actually.
tactical shovel flashlight thing.
Yeah, it's a shovel company.
It's a dog pooper scooper company.
What do you cook, Gonzo?
I cook a lot of stuff. I've been
good
doing a
as
lot more like Tex-Mexy stuff. A lot of like burritos but pork. I've been making a lot of pizzas lately.
Oh,
Yeah.
like DiGiorno?
No, like I get dough and I make sauce and I cut up stuff and put it on.
What's your go-to toppings on that?
It's not
Pepperoni, mushrooms, peppers,
Chorizo.
chorizo for sure. It's
not
I have a
delivered.
pack of
Provolone.
chorizo in the fridge like at all times.
so bobily. You do both?
Like I get dough.
You make your own fucking dough?
I don't make dough.
Sounds
I'm lazy enough that I'll just go buy dough, but I get in there and do like, I stretch it out.
kneading.
I'm not flipping it in the air. Yeah, kneading.
Well, you should probably flip it, though.
You should flip it. What are you
You
doing?
should
if
also
you're not
smack
flipping?
it,
Well,
flip
doesn't
it,
it-
and rub it down.
Well, I do that.
And
but just
reverse
not.
it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Flip it, rub it, and reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Oh, nice
It's not
suit.
delivery, it's DiGiorno. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. I make pizzas too, Gonzo.
DiGiorno's?
Bubbly mostly. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
I like bubbly. They don't
What
get
do you
enough
throw
respect.
on there?
What
on
the
that
fuck's a
boba?
bubbly?
pepperoni. I go
Generic shit.
what?
It's a pre-made dough that's like it's just a circle crust that's already there. You just put some shit on it, throw it in the oven.
Incredible. It's
already cooked
incredible,
up.
is what he.
You got to roll it out, right? Put flour on it and shit. Roll it out like you're at a pizza spot.
Boboli?
No, not the Boboli. Boboli's already like
No, it's like
stuff that-
frozen. It's a frozen pizza
The
crust.
stuff that Gonzo does, though, he does it like you did when you said you went to and just buy the fucking ball of dough. And then
Yeah,
you
in a bag.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
This
it's in a
soup you
bag,
put
poured out,
together
and
right here looks pretty good.
How do you know if the dough is good or not, though, that you're getting? Like, I know Mr. Boboli has inspected this dough, and it's good.
my dough is better than Mr. Boboli's. I'm pretty sure.
Mist-
But you got to test them out. There's different kinds. Like go to a Trader Joe's, they have different kinds there.
That's where I went.
Like
where
I go to
Sean goes.
ShopRite and they have a good one there.
Mr. Boboli, we're just going to sit around and let him disrespect this this Italian guy who's put dough in the lives of a lot of people. I'd Boboli the shit out of some pizza.
There's an Italian guy on the package of mine. It's all right.
What's his name?
I don't know. I just see the dough and I grab it.
What do you put on there? Pepperoni, you said?
Pepperoni. I'll make some sauce. I'll put some chorizo on there. I made like a Spanish one. I use manchego cheese, chorizo. And I cut up some onions and stuff and put it on
Do
there.
you cut it into an octagon or do you cut it in a circle?
The pie?
Yeah.
I usually end up making like a grandma because I just put it on the baking sheet.
Well, Mexican pizza is an octagon. It's the shape of a stop sign.
Is that a real thing?
Well, you went to school with
I don't
me.
think
Our
that's true.
school lunches were, but
Mexican pizza. Mexican pizza was every Wednesday, and boy,
it
people
was
could
good though.
not
It was
wait.
damn good.
Mexican pizza and nachos with cheese every Wednesday. It was a sprint to the cafeteria situation.
You took a couple of those nachos and the cheese, put it on the pizza, folded
Fold
the pizza in half.
Oh,
I miss that square pizza in elementary school.
dude,
good too.
it was octagon pizza. It
Oh,
was
like the frozen, like the Elios.
huh?
The square rectangular pizzas.
Good Sicilian cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dalsala.
Go to the frozen food section. That's an Elios pizza.
You eat pizza in New York? Like, do you go around town? Is Sparrow number
Usually
one? or
I
no?
make my own food and I bring it with me. But when I do grab something around here, I usually just end up getting like a Cuban sandwich. Because what's better than that?
an Italian sandwich.
No, that's incorrect. Well, I do get a lot of those though.
It's an Italian.
But I'll get that in Jersey because the Jersey sandwich shops and Italian joints are better.
You ever go to Jersey Shore?
Yeah, I've been down the shore.
Oh, there you go. You go to that one place that they always get kicked out of? Huh?
Seaside? You mean the clubs?
Yeah.
No, I'm not big on the clubs. I just go to the beach and then you chill at the house. Maybe walk on the boardwalk.
I go out at midnight to 1 a.m. So it's just for the hot dogs in the street and stuff and tacos.
Yeah.
That's why I like to go out late.
Good
late night
deals because they're good deals.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's a good deal, 12-1 on hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Because you can even talk them into 3 for 2.
It's like, come on, buddy.
You ever been to the Bada Bing?
Yeah, actually I have. We used to have, I did a show on Maxim Radio, and they used to come on. So when they were still filming for Sopranos, they'd come on and strippers would come on all the time, and they invited us down there, hooked us up with a bunch of drinks and dances and all that kind of
Say
stuff.
Maxim Radio?
Nice.
Yes,
Well,
with
they-
the magazine, yeah.
Yeah, chicks. Let's talk about chicks.
What was Maxim Radio?
It was like a Barstool Light. I mean, it was like you do whatever was in the magazine. So you'd have like the hot chick of the day. There'd be a celebrity. You're talking about beer, drinking, some food, gadgets. you
That
know.
didn't do well, or what happened?
It was a pretty good channel, but they were renegotiating when Sirius and XM merged. So they couldn't get a deal done in time. So they just ended up dropping the channel. They kept a couple shows and moved them around and stuff like that.
How'd you get into the radio business?
I was actually in print. I worked for newspapers, and as a
dying
writer,
business.
reporter, like a sports editor, managing editor, and I guess I just kind of got bored with being stuck covering politics and some other stuff, and I just kind of got tired of the whole print thing. And I'd always kind of wanted to do like TV and radio, so I went to CSB, Connecticut School Broadcasting, and then of
course, CSB.
landed up here.
Mm-hmm. CSB. You down with CSB?
Pat tried to
know
get
me.
into broadcasting school.
Yep.
They rejected him.
They kicked him out.
Broadcast boot camp. Didn't get in. Every NFL player gets in. I didn't get in.
Was your test run interviewing all the Colts that were on Parks and Rec when you were not?
That could have been on my reel. I didn't put it on there. I only saw it on my DVD. It's a bad move. Me standing on the sideline, though, just think about that. Now that we've all met me even more, me just standing there on the sideline watching these people do comedy and then interview them afterwards. Like, hey, how was it out there? Did you have fun making jokes?
Yeah, how's your TV appearance?
Hey.
How about that powder chick, huh?
You put makeup on. Wow, real Hollywood's got to you. It was terrible.
I'm
What
super
was that on
happy.
the team's website?
What's that?
Did they put that on the team's website?
Yeah, got good play there on IndianapolisColts.com.
Okay.
No big deal. Kind of a big deal. Also started Facebook Friday on IndianapolisColts.com.
I like Facebook Friday.
Facebook Friday was good. It was
I enjoyed it.
It was probably my favorite show I've ever done. Got sponsored by Qdoba, and then Qdoba dropped the sponsorship, and then it was never asked to happen again.
Should we bring it back?
It was incredible.
What was the premise?
Facebook questions that were submitted through the week were read by me to the player, and then obviously I would just tee off on everything. I would tee off on everything. It was a good time. We had Andrew Luck on there.
Good guess.
Good guess. Everybody came. Robert Mathis came on.
You had a good booker?
Yep. It was me. I was like, hey, by the way. And then we had a Name That Teammate segment where I'd read off random facts about a teammate, something that they did in college or something like that. And I'd be like, who is it? And they'd be like, the guesses were incredible. Like, this guy was a swimmer in high school. And then, like, you'd get a bunch of guys that would be like, oh, that's a white dude. I don't know who. And it was actually, like, a safety we had who was, like, a super, super nice, really incredible Stanford grad. But he was a black guy. And as soon as I told them that, the reactions were incredible. The reactions were like, what? That motherfucker swim? That's why everybody got so mad at Deion Sanders whenever he talked about that white guy running a 4.35. And they're like, oh, he can run. And there's like a bunch of white people like, he's racist. It's like, no, like I think that's one step towards like actually getting along is whenever jokes like that can happen and keep it moving. That's inside an NFL locker room, which is a complete melting pot of humans all coming together for the good of one goal. And it's an incredible thing. When Deion said that, I loved it. I was like, I absolutely love that because that's a real conversation that happens in locker rooms that's never talked about. I make fun of white people more than anybody on earth, both in the locker room and out of the locker room. And it's just one of those things where it's a step closer to getting along. And I think anybody who bashes Deion should shut the fuck up for sure.
Because, I mean, white people love ice cream. You know what I mean?
You white people.
Yeah, we do, though.
I like to see Gonzo's facial reactions now to our shit.
That white dude running a 4.35 was absurd, though.
How about Christian McAfee last year? What'd he run?
It was like a 4.4.
4.43 or something
Yeah,
like that?
4.41, something like that.
He just saved the grandpa in the woods. He was
Yeah, I
hiking.
saw that.
Of course he would be the guy to save him.
Sounds a lot like a story
Gonzo, you have a lot of knowledge.
was set up.
Yeah,
Is it just
a lot
because you
of-
listen to shows all day and you like that's where you get it from, or?
I don't listen. Nah, I read a lot of stuff, not like books, but more like newspapers and articles and things like that. And I just have a lot of I have interest in a lot of different things. A lot of useless information goes in there, and a lot of important things don't stay in there in my brain.
I feel you, buddy.
Yeah, we're there.
Have you heard about the game show I want to do?
I heard that you wanted to do a game show, minus having a little person on it. I don't remember much of a premise. There was spelling that someone suggested, but I don't know if you actually settled on
That's
that.
kind of spot on.
Yeah, you're pretty much pretty dialed in. Just know that I have
So you have a game
show.
show. What is it? What is it?
No, that's a great question.
And I want to be a part of it. I love it. Let's get on the feud. That's what you got to do. Get us all on the feud.
Are you going to yell, come on down at any point so someone can come?
There will be a Family Feud style category in our particular show. Yup.
Man, you know who's missing out? The Feud is missing out. They should do a Barstool Heartland versus New York Family Feud actual episode with Steve Harvey.
They do stars.
No. I know, but like if they did a non-stars episode.
Why don't we do it on our own and get Keenan Thompson from SNL to play Steve Harvey?
Oh, with his suits, his oversized suits. He
Put
loves
that all together right there.
That's not a bad little thing right there.
Yep.
Steve Harvey saved Family Feud, by the way.
He also saved Pocket Square companies, about 12 of them.
He has his own line, right?
I don't know. I saw one time he fell off a cliff, and the pocket square is tied to some string to his belt, so it turns into a fucking parachute when he comes down. It's cutting edge technology. He fucking parachutes those pocket squares, dude.
My favorite is whenever he fixes people up. Like, oh, let me fix that tie for you. Like, everybody's like, yo, Steve Harvey, everybody mocks how you look. You don't need you helping anybody.
Another time I saw somebody have to jump off a cliff, and then 3 other people grabbed the corner of that, and they all pulled it out, and then the guy hit it and landed
You
in
really
it
went
safely.
back for another one, huh?
I was gonna try. I wanted.
you had the
We
walk
could edit
off.
that out though.
You had the walk off.
We could edit it out. Eddie Point.
You had to walk off there.
I was like, you know what? Let's just keep this moving. Let's fucking throw another one. Because I'm like Gary Vee today. I'm fucking motivated. More jokes. Let's go. Where are my shoes? They're funny. They're fucking funny and motivational.
Speaking of that man, Gary Vee, Nick Marotta declared his allegiance to Team Gary Vee in this Will Smith Gary Vee motivation fest.
Yeah, dude, we already got a guy, you know?
Will Smith is his own motherfucking guy. What are you talking about? We got
No,
a
he's
guy.
a preachy motherfucker telling everyone how they should act and what they should do.
He should.
Get over it, dude.
By the way, if Will Smith's going to give me the key to life, I'm all in. Gonzo, you hate him.
I don't hate him. I'm not on the Nick level of hate, but yeah, he's been annoying for a while.
Gonzo's woke.
Oh, my God. You too.
It's a good water bottle.
That is a good
Well,
one.
you're sucking his dick hard. I'm surprised that shit's like...
He said you sound like wah wah wah. Oh, it's a good spit.
Tiffany Haddish is on because of Will Smith.
She sucks too. Give it bye.
Really? You don't like Tiffany Haddish?
He said anybody can
Annoying.
get
Are you
it.
kidding me?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
How about at the Oscars?
I didn't watch that shit. It was horrible. I'm tired of these people sucking their own dicks on
This
stage
guy-
and making me watch it.
This
in
guy
fancy
knows
suits.
everything, right?
Stop
And he
telling
didn't
me how
watch
to
the
live my
Oscars.
life.
Unbelievable.
Hate. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go home and put water in Buck Nasty's mama's dish.
What was that?
I don't know.
What was that one?
That was from
Chappelle
Chappelle's show, the Haters Ball.
Chappelle had a run there.
Clap for me, bitch.
I don't
That
need
show
that.
was phenomenal.
It was, wasn't it? It was
He's
absolutely.
got some good Netflix specials out right now.
The second one was a little weird. Did you when he was at the?
Well, he's really weird now.
He's really rich again. I'm happy about that. I'm excited about that. Chappelle, that was one of those situations. That video he referred to, with the what was it? The guy and the monkey. Remember the hand assault?
The baboon.
Oh yeah,
The baboon.
Jesus.
Yeah, in
It was a salt lick.
Yeah, it was like a Salt Lake, the baboon. He told the story on CBS on the morning show, explaining why he left Comedy Central, and it was one of the most deep things that made 100% sense. I was like, this guy is my guy. I'm a big fan of Chappelle forever. Comes back, gets rich again, and he's on top of the world. I'm happy for him.
I wish they'd let him like host an award show. Like he was at the Oscars. They would never in a million years let him host it, but I wish he would.
Though. He did speak, though. He came out and spoke. So he did do something. He introduced
Surprising.
somebody. I'm surprised they don't have him host already, though. Chappelle, I feel like, is everywhere.
I think he stood up to the man, which is the TV people, because they were basically robbing him fucking blind on his deal. So that's why he took off to begin with. So they're like, yeah, you know what?
Can't control him.
There's only a few of those gatekeepers, and he fucking told them all to suck a cock all at the same time, basically.
Okay, so I want people to go. I want to look up this baboon thing.
Oh, that shit is amazing.
It was an incredible metaphor. It was just absolutely magical. I think we cut it up. After turning down a lot of money, everybody called him an idiot. And he says this.
It's so much bigger than money, though, Dave. It's so much bigger than money.
Oh, no, it was bigger than money. But you know what? I watched one of these nature shows one time, and they were talking about how a bushman finds water when it's scarce. And they do what's called a salt trap. I didn't know this. Apparently, baboons love salt.
Okay.
So they put a lump of salt in a hole, and they wait for the baboon. The baboon comes, sticks his hand in the hole, grabs the salt makes his hand bigger, and he's trapped. He can't get his hand out. Now, if he's smart, all he does is let go of the salt. Baboon doesn't want to let go of the salt. Then the bushman just comes, takes the baboon, throws him in the cage, and gives him all the salt he wants. And then the baboon gets thirsty. The bushman lets him out the cage. The first place the baboon runs to is water. The bushman follows him, and they both drink to their fill. And in that analogy, I felt like the baboon. But I was smart enough to let go of the salt.
It's a good analogy.
How about that, motherfucker? Pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. They're trying to fuck me over, basically. And he said, listen, I'll get the money. You don't need it as well. What a human. What a fucking... Was that not one of the best analogies you've ever heard in your life?
That was phenomenal.
Have you seen the baboon video?
I remember... no, but I do now remember, after hearing that, I do remember hearing that before.
Yeah, once you watch the baboon video, it makes so much sense. Like when
from the actual nature show that he was watching.
Yeah, like you do. So I did some deep digging in the internet to find that video one day, and it was the exact way he described it, and it was just like so incredibly intelligent by the guy to do that and figure that out. But it's such a good analogy by Dave Chappelle.
I know what I'm doing tonight. That video.
What do you do on a nightly basis, Gonzo?
Vitamins, lots of chilling. I just watch my stories, my shows. I cook and just chill out. That's
in New York, medicinal marijuana is legal, right?
Sure.
It is, isn't it?
I think it's decriminalized. Like you could just get a ticket now or some shit.
I think you can get a card though in New York. I think you can get an actual green card.
It's supposed to be coming to Jersey, or it's in Jersey, but it's super restricted right now. But it's supposed to, I think, loosen up. And with the new governor, he's trying to legalize it.
Did they pass the betting law in Jersey that you could bet on sports gambling now?
Not done yet. No.
That's why DraftKings and everybody want the shit, right? Is because the New York, New Jersey Gaming Commission was all pissed off that they weren't getting a piece of it.
Yeah.
Wow, the world's wild. What's the one thing I should know about you that I don't, Gonzo?
Oh.
Yep.
No fucking clue.
Where'd you go to school before Connecticut broadcasting?
Rutgers.
Really?
Yeah.
I got Rutgers -2 tonight. That's weird.
Didn't I tell you I was there covering?
yeah.
I covered Rutgers athletics, and one of the best ones was when I was down to West Virginia, and they beat us 80-3. And I spent most of the game. It was, I guess, near Thanksgiving because they had like this Thanksgiving kind of spread in the media room, and I just watched the wall of TVs and stuffed my face.
And
that's
searching
when Greg
for
Schiano used the term right out the gate. The state of disgrace, because you always talk about recruiting the state of Rutgers, which meant, like Florida, all these like states. So he said state of disgrace. I used that as a headline and wrote this column, and I got a lot of backlash from them and stuff like that.
Really?
But people really liked it. Yeah.
It was 80-7.
Oh, is that what it was?
That was
so close.
It was a 3-5 WVU team too. Wasn't like what it was before. It was 2001. It was before I got there.
Yeah.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
If you were a cereal, which cereal would you be, and why?
I think just Honey Nut Cheerios. And why? Because they're delicious, they're sweet, they're good for you, and everybody likes them.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yep.
Under talked about cereal. You put some bananas in there too, by the way.
That was my go-to. That was one of my
maybe
buckets
some
this
bananas, maybe some strawberries or other berries. Depends on the day.
Blueberries. Old Ty Schmidt pulls the trigger on blueberries.
You bet.
It's good for you. Yeah.
Go to antioxidant.
Blueberries. Cranberry as well.
Honey Nut Cheerios, legit.
Hey, it is.
Cranberry is a natural diuretic.
National Cereal Day.
Yeah, my wife drinks it when she's on her period. You on your period?
What happened in the hotel elevator?
Listen, there's a guy you can hit, and there's a guy you can't hit. He's not necessarily a guy you can't hit.
I'm making a ruling on this now. What? That's a guy you can't hit.
Oh, that was when Johnny Depp did the punch thing.
No, this is.
It was at a bar though.
Departed.
Yeah.
Leo smashes a shot glass over
Johnny
his head.
Depp, Leo, you get it. Same thing. Same thing. Those two are the same people.
How big of a travesty is it that Kobe and Leo now have the same amount of fucking Oscars?
Kobe Bryant wins an Oscar. How do you feel about that, Gonzo?
I don't really care for it at all. I don't really give a shit. Good for him.
Those award shows are so terrible these days.
They're awful. They just keep getting worse every year. And I'd be fine not seeing and hearing anything about award shows, or even Kobe. He can go away too. Like, do his thing. You're rich, fine, but I don't need to know about it.
It's interesting because I feel like the people giving the awards, nobody has any respect for those people. So, like, if the awards are coming from a place that nobody gives a fuck about, does the award really matter? Wow.
That's a conundrum if I've ever heard of one.
Oh, because the Hollywood world is very much upside down right now.
What if every world had their own award show for like best plumbing award? Just every fucking field held their own award show.
The Office, you guys had that, didn't it? Didn't he have an award show in The Office?
The Dundies. Yeah.
The Dundies, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so the Dundies were always something. I think Barstool's doing an award show.
They are, yeah.
I think at some point, yeah. I don't know when. I think it's happening. So that's going to happen. Does Sirius do an award show?
No.
Makes sense.
I'm really
There's
happy
a
that
newsletter.
Sirius and XM combined, because I was really confused before that happened.
Who was who?
Yeah.
Sirius had Howard and NFL, and XM had baseball.
Okay, so I was a
Those
Sirius
were the
guy.
big things that stood out.
When Sirius launched,
American institutions.
when Sirius launched with Howard Stern, I remember that it was like a big shake up
Well,
in
Sirius
the
was
industry.
around. It was when Howard joined Sirius.
I didn't know Sirius was around before
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
I had no idea. How long before Howard?
that I don't know. But
A couple years. Not long. Just a couple.
I didn't know that. And then they went all in with Howard Stern, and bang, here we are,
that
publicly
changed the
traded
game
company.
completely. Yeah.
Good for them. The Sirius was making a big play to take over everything almost, it felt like. Good for Sirius.
They're pretty much cornering everything. At first they were grabbing big names. Now it's brands, and moving forward with that, and just trying to get into every nook and cranny. You know, every car, on your phone, on your laptop, whatever.
Do you enjoy the Sirius people that you deal with?
Yeah.
Who do
No
you deal
problem.
with? Do you deal with anybody at the office?
I mean, in this remote location that I am in underground over here, I talk to like 3 people a day. There's the 2 other producers, and then there's the engineer here, and then I have my boss who I interact with, but he's at a different office, so I go over there usually like once a week.
Oh, interesting. You're our only representative from Sirius, by the way. You're the only one for us. We have no idea. I mean, Andy, we've met Andy whenever the situation happened. He's a good guy, but that's it. So we don't really know much. I don't know much about Sirius, to be honest. I don't have a fucking clue. I know
You don't have to worry about all that stuff.
I
Just
knew Mad
handle
Dog
your own
was
business.
doing Super Bowl trivia, giving away 4 tickets. Mad
That's right.
Dog, that was insane on Channel 87 right there.
And he went and got a slice with Prez out in Minnesota.
Yeah, Russo?
Yep.
Is that his name?
Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
Who'd he come? Where'd he come? Was he a Stern guy?
No, he's
No,
with
MLB
he met
Network.
Mike and the Mad Dog.
Mike and the Bad Dog.
Really?
Francesa, him and Francesa. Then he came over here. They gave him his own channel. He does High Heat on MLB Network.
They owned New York.
Mike and the Mad.
Some would argue if you watch, I don't know if you watched the 30 for 30, but a
I
lot of
did,
people
yeah.
would argue that they're the reason that like Stephen A. Smith exists now. Like they were the hot take. They were the yellers. They kind of exploded the sports talk.
Who? Francesa and
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So Mad Dog's like a Skip Bayless type?
I mean, in
yells.
size. No, Skip Bayless is trash. Mad Dog actually like knows things.
That's awesome.
A lot of yelling and obviously frothing at the mouth, but you know.
The interesting thing is like there's like some apps that are created in LA that if they're successful in just the city of LA, they're going to be successful, like rich, wealthy. It's like there's so many people in New York and there's so many people in like these cities that if like SiriusXM, by the way, if they have fucking 50% in New York or 30% in New York, their company is bigger than any other company because there's so many fucking people in those markets.
If you make it here, you can make it anywhere.
New York, New York.
Where dreams are made of. She's really good on The Voice.
A-Keys,
Alicia Keys is really good on The Voice.
still hot with all that makeup off too.
New York, she's wearing more makeup this season.
Oh, she is?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I thought she abandoned it completely.
I don't know, but she's a good coach. Like she's a very deep thinking like voice coach. Like it's actually good. I enjoy her takes
Do
on
you
it.
regularly watch that show?
My lady enjoys it a lot. She's a big fan of the show.
So have you only seen it this season? I'm just curious. I never really watched it.
I watch the beginning of every season, basically the last couple of years, and then the end. So I'm very much like that.
I was just curious which judge was your least favorite and why.
It's a great question. I think it had to be
Of all the judges.
I think Gwen Stefani didn't do great.
What about
No?
Christina?
Christina, I didn't think she was bad. I don't know. I don't remember her much. I didn't think Gwen Stefani was great. That's why I was so confused whenever Blake and her started. I was like, oh, really? Because I think Blake is the guy. I think he could host any show if he wanted to. I think he's very funny. I think Adam was very funny.
I wasn't crazy about CeeLo.
Oh, yeah. I forgot CeeLo was even on there. He was in the middle of some shit.
Was it his dresses, sparkly dresses?
Yeah, he was extra. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're all pretty good on there. I feel like they're okay. Adam and Blake will just hold it
Oh,
down.
that's their show. Without the two of them, that show doesn't exist.
And that show will probably have a run just like American Idol did, and then something will turn over. The fact that American Idol's coming back, though, I think is a bad move. Bad move. What are we doing? Seacrest is getting heat, too, right?
Yeah.
Twitter was very much against Seacrest.
Yeah, fuck him.
There's like 4 to 5 different trending topics that are like, are celebrities staying away from Seacrest and then showing a photo of him standing by himself. And then the next one was like, Seacrest people aren't happy with lack of, and then they take another picture from another angle where he's by himself. And then that Taraji video of her.
Taraji P. Henson, yeah.
Yeah, they pushed that immediately. As soon as it happened, that thing was like the number one trending thing. Seacrest, is he the host of American Idol?
Yes.
So he's battling right now. He's in the middle. Did he did something, I assume?
There's accusations of sexual misconduct. You know, like there was one, I think she was a stylist, and she claims like she'd be tying his shoes or something, and he'd like grab her head and pretend that, like, you know, force her head on his cock.
Ryan Seacrest.
And she's like,
Ryan Seacrest?
He gave her a little. Just kidding.
Exactly. And just laughed it off. You know, it wasn't like seriously trying to make her suck his dick, but
Ryan
he made like, the action
Seacrest?
joke. Yeah, that, allegedly. And there's some other stuff like that.
Wasn't he a radio? He was big on radio, right, Ryan?
He's still on radio.
Yeah,
he's
in
like
LA.
the new Casey Kasem.
Yeah, he took over for Casey.
Yeah.
He's still
He
on
does
radio
that.
every single day?
He's
The
still
weekend.
on radio.
Weekend
He does
guy.
it from wherever. He's got a studio here because he does live with Kelly and Ryan. So he does that, and then he's got a studio there where he does his radio shows, and then he produces pretty much everything on E.
Yeah, he's the reason for the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I wonder what Matt Lauer's up to. What's he up to these days?
Seacrest probably hates the fact that his name is being mentioned with Matt Lauer, by the way, because he's fighting it pretty feverishly. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Feverishly was good.
Yep.
Yes.
Huh? Words. Bigger
Words.
ones. I'm using them. Gonzo, you have any questions for us?
Oh, I like this.
Oh.
No, you don't. He doesn't care.
No, I don't have any questions.
Zero fucks, and I respect
Zero fucks.
it.
Gonzo, what sports teams do you root for?
Oh, good question, Evan.
Oh.
Foxy from the back.
Yankees, Knicks, Giants.
If you want your prayers answered this year for any of those teams, send over $20 to fucking
Yeah,
Evan.
just make sure that they draft Saquon Barkley, not a quarterback.
At
I
number
don't like
2.
any of these quarterbacks coming through. So either get that lineman from Notre Dame, or you all right there?
No, I'm dying there. I'm sorry.
I heard they're super excited if Saquon goes number 1 because then they can just back out.
Then they'll pick whatever one they want, which I think that means, I guess, they want Denard, right?
I don't know.
Is that his name from USC?
No, Sam
Darnold.
Darnold.
Did you see that Jeff Fisher Rosen conversation? Has anybody seen that yet? It's the worst.
Yeah, you told me not to.
It is so bad. I don't know what Rosen's trying to do. He's kind of like viewed as like a rich kid, right? Like a spoiled brat almost. Isn't that how people are viewing him?
Yeah.
That's like how they want him to be viewed almost. And then he goes in this conversation with Jeff Fisher and they just start talking in a hilarious manner. What if Rosen's really fucking good? What if he has a chance to be great? Who knows? I doubt it.
I mean, he's got a good arm and stuff.
And
He
you know-
didn't do great at the combine, though. His accuracy was a little off.
He knows Jeff Fisher. Who didn't throw at the combine?
Darnold didn't.
And then they started spreading rumors that he has like fucking tendonitis in his arm or something like that. Like that's fucked up. That if that's not true, that's fucked up that the NFL's doing that because that's like, oh, he's a rookie and he already can't throw on like Tuesdays or on Wednesdays and Thursdays practices. That's a shot, quite a shot. Giants are in a bad spot, huh? You guys get on that boat and then just bad things happen.
I know, it's all downhill from that boat.
McAdoo just fucking ran himself right off the cliff.
That was a horrible move, just giving him all that power and stuff.
Odell wants 20+ million.
Stay on the field all year. Then let's talk about that. I think it should be like
Incentive based or something.
Incentive based. Like you stay, you play every game, you do this, you'll get paid. That's it. End of story.
Isn't that kind
Do
of
that
like
in every sport?
the issue there is there's a lot of money being made off of these guys, even if they don't perform on the field. So there's a business decision that has to be made off the field. Odell Beckham, I assume there's a lot of 13 jerseys that are in the crowd there. And I assume there's a lot of things
Do they not get cuts of that?
Like fuck it. It's a very tiny.
Like percent.
Yeah, it's very, very tiny. Like every once in a while I'll get a check for like $22 or something like that for the jersey sales.
And also your Lego sales too.
Thank you. Good Lego sales and sock sales. But Odell Beckham is a bright light in the NFL, so I assume that's on the side of it as well. But I think there should be more incentive-based thoughts, like bonuses. Like, hey, we're going to pay you a lot of money. But if you get this, or maybe if you sell this many jerseys for us, even, like incentivize everything.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's an interesting way to go about it.
I'm not saying paid like $1.
No.
You know,
Pay them well
pay
for sure.
A fair wage, and then if you hit these marks, like you win MVP, you do this, we win the Super Bowl, you get X amount of dollars for that. Exactly, just like you're saying, if they're selling more tickets because of him, or he gets even now these days more followers on Twitter, pay him a little bit more.
Yeah, like an actual business conversation. Like, hey, let's actually have a business. Let's treat this for what it is. This is a business. I'm coming to your team. I'm going to help sell jerseys. Hopefully, I'm going to make plays. We're going to get better on this. Let's have an agreement here, and then let's make some money on top if I exceed expectations. Which is what every business is like that almost. I mean, it's kind of the way every business is, a chance to move up. It's an interesting thing. I think it should happen as well. I'm on your side, Sal Volcano.
I'll let him know.
I'll let him know.
Keep them posted.
You know, England birthed a polar bear. Did you know that?
What do you mean?
It's big news.
First British polar bear was born in 25 years. Just came to light. How
Like,
about
was
that?
just living in the river there? Or?
Well, I think he was birthed and then he came out. He just made a first appearance like Jesus out of that cave.
Yep.
Original OG polar bears from the North Pole are called polar vortex bears.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because we've been told that polar vortex's name is bipolar vortex. So,
No.
Yeah.
That guy's,
Are you sure it was a polar bear, though? Because a lot of people said that Jesus was white when he came out of that tomb, and that was highly contested.
highly? And he took off 3 days later.
You're saying it was a black bear.
I'm just saying that bear could have been any number of colors. What are the sources here?
A grizzly bear.
Could have been a North American grizzly. Just
Fucking
went
teddy
over there
bear.
and took a nap.
Could have been a teddy.
Anybody think about the teddy bear?
Come on.
Could have been a black bear.
That's what I said.
Could have been a Care Bear.
Those are good bears.
Gummy bear. I mean, the fucking list goes on.
It's British, though. We know that. It's a British one of those.
Berenstein bear.
Are we forgetting the greatest bear of all time to come from Britain?
Hold on.
Paddington?
Nope.
Hold on. Winnie the Pooh?
Nope.
No, Smokey, the fucking bear.
Not him either.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Make sure you push your joints all the way out with your foot, left and right, before you walk off from a good sesh in one of my forests.
This is not Doinktown, my forest. Which bear?
Grills.
I knew it. I should have said it.
The only reason it doesn't play is because it's supposed to be a last name Bear. Something Bear.
Oh, we're going.
I mean, that's how the joke works.
Well, you said polar bear vortex to kick it off.
Yeah, but still, that
That
last
was a
name
middle
was,
name?
you know,
It was a middle name.
yeah, still close.
I enjoy. They should call that bear Grills, right?
Yeah.
That bear should be named Grills. For sure. In respect to what Bear
And
Grylls did.
does he have a line of grills? At least, does he sell a line of grills?
I don't think so. People tried to run him out of town whenever they
Are
found
they in
out.
fancy hotels?
Big Grill pushed him out.
That's what I'm saying. What he just said. You hear what he said? What'd you say, Gonzo?
I said, what? Are they in fancy hotels? Because he's all bullshit. He goes and sleeps in hotels every night.
But this guy still
That's
drank
not his piss. That's water.
He drank his piss, threw himself into
I'm
quicksand.
down on Bear Grylls. I'm up on Les Stroud, Survivor Man.
Yeah.
He was boring.
He was so boring.
He played the
Yeah, but he's
fuck
doing
out of
it
that
for real.
harmonica.
Yes, he did.
That harmonica, and then he would have to walk 50 yards, film it from a wide shot, and then he would have to walk back to get the camera and walk
That's what
back.
Bear.
He's
I was
not
like, I felt
pampered.
Bear earned that hotel bed. Like he was out there doing some awesome shit. I don't care. Yeah, go ahead. You don't have to sleep on
It
the
was all
dirt.
set up. It was all fake shit.
It's still real though when he jumps in quicksand. What do you think that is? Just marbles
That's a tub in a studio.
and a green screen?
Yep.
No way. Don't you do that to me.
Gonzo, your team just got a very good linebacker.
He does rock though, dude. I mean,
Who's
he
that?
comes in fucking hard,
Alec
bro.
Ogletree.
I was with him last night. This is what he said. You gotta understand, it's not easy to play the fucking harmonica, bro.
It's not.
You gotta come in fucking hard. I mean, if you try to, look at that. Come on.
You're talking about Les Stroud.
Yeah.
That's 3 people ago. Literally 3. We talked. Did you know the Giants just got a linebacker? Did you know that?
Yeah, that's why I was fucking that guy linebacker. Little known fact. He
also
played.
plays
This
the
is his
harmonica.
fucking solo. Right from the
taught him
draft,
that?
fucking draft room.
Rip's still here, and he got upstairs somehow.
Alec Ogletree.
He's stuck.
Alec Ogletree is. He is up
Stuck
there. I don't
up
know. Is he going to
Is
be
this
able
guy
to get?
good? Is he going to make my team better?
Rip is not. He's going to get downstairs. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how Rip's going to get down these stairs, man. Rip Rogers, the wrestling guy who does a
Yep.
wrestling recap that's coming after this show. It's really good. He is upstairs. I've never seen him elevated. He is strictly a C-level motherfucker. He is in the air right now. How's he going to get down from there? He's got his Crocs on.
I thought we were putting in one of those seats that go up the stairs.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do. One of them. My grandma had one of them when I was younger, and I used to ride it down the stairs
We should just put a table at the bottom. He'll launch off right under the table.
with a ram jam. Is Alec Ogletree good at football?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, he's good, Gonzo.
Where was he? What was he on last
The
year?
Rams. He was the captain for the Rams defense.
Okay. Okay.
He gets signed or traded?
Traded.
What
They
did we give
traded
up?
their captain?
Yep.
We don't need him, they said.
Well, him and Aaron Donald, I believe, shared the captainship on that defense, but still.
Didn't they trade a few of their defensive players already?
Yeah,
traded somebody to the Dolphins.
They got Eric Berry, though.
No, Marcus Peters, right?
Marcus Peters.
Yeah, him, Marcus Peters. He's incredible at football, by the way.
Yeah, he is very good.
He's incredible. Is McVay, a little handsome ass, going to be able to? Because they said what Andy Reid wanted to get rid of him or something like that. The guy's an incredible football player. Why would you want to get rid of that guy?
Character issues.
What the fuck does that
Distractions.
mean? What does that mean?
He would do some stuff in the games, like I believe. What did he do? He punted a football into the stands, like after a play.
Yeah, and he also let a guy catch a ball just so he could take it out of his hand. Like I think these are things that come and go.
Hey, you know how you know him? He was the dude that Marshawn was defending.
Yeah, it's his cousin, right?
Yeah.
In the train.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you can get some of that in your locker room, I think you definitely. Now you have to be able to make sure that person is like part of the team, like enjoys everybody around him. I think that's a big deal. But goddamn, football players like that, you want on your team. I think. I don't know. It's just how I feel. Everybody feels like everything off the field matters a lot more than it does. As long as the team's good and people play good, everybody's happy. Let's keep it moving. They're like, well, when it goes bad, it goes bad. Well, yeah, it sucks to lose.
McVay's a young coach. I feel like he'll be able to connect with him.
I guess he runs routes and shit, like at practice. He's like all in. He's full speed. He's wearing sweats. He's running routes. He's covering kicks. I guess he's very much liked by his team.
Full arm pumps.
Well, he's more ripped than I bet most of the team. He's like a jacked little guy.
Is he really?
I met him at Bellator. He's like a very...
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Good hair, too. And that beard is like just like... He's living. He's good for him. Proud of him. Very proud of him. Gonzo, I'm proud of you. You know?
Thank you.
10 years in the game. You worked for a legend. He passed away, and then he got handed off to us.
I thought when I first saw you, you were going to be
or
flurry
Jay
and blue.
handed me over to you from the heavens, if you want to think about it that way.
Wow.
He gifted me to you and you to me.
Have you ever thought that before? Or is that just right now?
No, that's crossed my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I got to tell you, like the 6 months or whatever it was, like the last 6 months have just been absolutely insane in my life. So, like things settling down, and it's like, maybe this was Jay's doing this to help me out.
That is fucking awesome. Well, I'm happy I could be a part of this, and I'm so thankful that you help us out as much as you do, day in, day out for Sirius. I'm thankful that I know who you are. I'm thankful I now know what you look like. For those of you at home, if you want to know what Gonzo looks like, just Google Saul Volcano. He's Cuban as well, isn't he?
I thought they were all Italian, those guys.
No,
he's Cuban on the weekend.
On the weekend?
I think he's Latino, not
He is
Italian.
Latino. I don't know if he's Cuban, but he's...
Okay.
How about that?
I'll do some research.
I thought he was
I'll check it
Italian,
out.
too. I still like him, though.
Hey, when someone
Everybody
calls you...
thinks I'm Italian, so it does what,
When someone calls you Italian, you go, I'm Cuban, B.
Yeah, of course. What else? What other
else you
response
gonna
would I
say?
have?
Yes.
Yes, Cuban B.
Samson. I stick to my story. I'm Jamaican.
Who's Cuban B?
You know,
Go to
see
Mouthpiece.
that baked?
Nah.
Come
Oh my
on,
fucking
man.
god!
That's the
Would
guy
you
with,
watch some movies and
that's,
stuff. That's
Chappelle.
Chappelle, Jim Brewer.
Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet Brewer. Asked him to come on this show, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll get back to you." Literally has not got back.
He's at Mets spring training camp. He's got no time.
He's hilarious as a human. I met him up in Boston at a DraftKings event, and just got to talk to him. He told me some Saturday Night Live stories. He told me some other stories. He was hysterical.
He's out there.
He's really good. He's like a talented guy. He's very funny, and he's not high all the time. It's wild to me.
He's sober, isn't he?
Yeah. That's wild.
Incredible Joe Pesci impression.
You put your right foot in.
He told me oh yeah.
Down, down, down. Ooh.
He did a full impression of like what the center at the show I was at. He was a NFL center at one point and an NFL quarterback from like the 50s while he was explaining in front of a crowd of like 2,000 people. It was fucking awesome. He was just hitting home runs. He is hilarious of a human. He told me a Joe Pesci story though where he thought he was dead. First time he had to meet Joe Pesci, he was told that Pesci did not like his impersonation. He has an entire bit about it. It's fucking awesome. I was crying. I was very, very high, but I was crying.
He's one of the funniest humans on earth.
Did we get it on camera? I wonder if we got that on camera.
I don't remember. I feel like we did because you mentioned having it in the video.
Yeah, so Foxy recorded. It was one of the first events Foxy and I did together. DraftKings paid for me to go up to Gillette Stadium a week before the NFL Stadium popped off, and Jim Brewer and Michael Rappaport and I did a podcast up there, and Jim Brewer was just on fire.
His delivery and mannerisms just take it next level.
Oh, I was crying. I was crying laughing. It was so funny. And then I just started chugging beers.
A lot.
A lot of beers. And then I had to punt to a bunch of guys.
That's where Hollywood pisses me off the most. They have some of these almost amazing, talented, like this guy can make faces and just these characters are so amazing. Why aren't they dumping cash into these people and just making films around them?
Jim Brewer.
Instead of fucking giving Channing Tatum 400 movies where he does the same fucking thing.
Well, if a recipe...
That era is over, man. That's what they used to do.
Yeah.
What's that?
Caddyshack type shit.
Like they would just give, like, you found a good talent and you just start making movies with that person and build, like, off characters and things like that. Like your man Jim Carrey.
Yep.
That's a prime example of somebody who they used to do that with. They don't do that anymore. Like you're saying, you get Channing Tatum or Tom Cruise gets its 900 crappy movie.
Will Smith
makes another bad movie.
Hold on, so
but
like
they keep giving him money. Like he ruined Suicide Squad because he had to be Will Smith. If it was just some other guy,
oh my god,
it would have been so much better.
Which I can't. I mean, that's not that.
I mean,
bad.
it's not all his fault. The writing was shitty. The plot was kind of dumb.
Have you seen
And they had
Downsizing?
No, and why would I was smart enough not to know I wouldn't watch that.
You said Will Smith ruined Suicide Squad.
He was one of the main reasons why. Yes.
Wow.
And I think if nothing against fuck Joel Kinnaman. But if Tom Hardy was Rick Flag, I think that would have been much better too.
Tom Hardy in anything is
because Tom Hardy is great, and he doesn't like. I need to be more screen time. I need this. Like he would just play that fucking character, and he would have played it really well.
Who's Tom Hardy?
Bane.
Oh shit, that guy's a monster. Good for him. When he walks out of Heinz Field, Donner, and he's just making an announcement to the entire stadium about how life's going to be a little different now.
People that do voiceovers on that are so fucking awesome.
Just a hand over the mouth?
No, they just make like they act like there's a different announcement being made.
Oh, to the stadium?
Yeah, but it's just whatever they say.
But Gonzo, I appreciate that. That was very well said. I feel like, although it's not going to change Pat's mind, he's starting to understand our viewpoint now.
I just think that I didn't know that back in the day they used to just dump money into somebody, like a production company would be like, hey, we think you have a good brain, so here's a bunch of money. You come with your ideas, we'll make them, and let's keep it moving.
Sure, and I mean they do it now, but those guys are all on. It's all in Funny or Die, or like it's all these little websites and apps and things like that. You're seeing it on Facebook and YouTube. Like that's where that stuff
Morris
is
is trash.
So we have to find a production company that I can walk in there and Shark Tank this thing. Be like, listen, I've got 45 ideas. If you just give me all the monies, we can make this together. How does that happen?
Like go you got to find somebody, get your people to go talk to like Facebook and see if you can get on Facebook TV.
Facebook.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for an example.
Well, we did a show on Facebook. It didn't have sound for 30 minutes. So I think we kind of lost their trust. Facebook wasn't good.
That's not good.
Wasn't good. Wasn't great.
Kind of need sound.
Yeah. It's something you need. Sound is something you need when it's a visual show.
We should just do a movie called The Shape of Sound.
And that's the show. All right, Thursday's been fun. Thank you at The Mighty Beast, at Tactical Diggs, at Nick Morado, at Sean Latham, at Ty Schmidt, at Evan Foxy. So we're going to do some wrestling talk here afterwards. If you want to stick around with Rip Rogers every Thursday, there's a wrestling recap afterwards. If you're not a wrestling fan, we appreciate you so much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it. #NGang, #NGame. Please send in a picture of what, Gonzo?
What they had for lunch.
I like that.
But what if it's breakfast time when you listen to this? So
You can eat breakfast food at any time.
But what if it's
whatever you're eating when you hear this? Send me a picture.
There it is.
What are you doing while listening to this? How about that?
Sure, just change my answer. That's
That
fine.
could get weird.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm happy we work because this is some
If
information.
I get, I don't want dick pics and stuff now.
we were just storyboarding it.
We're a story. We're just drink.
Okay.
You started with a good idea, and then we evolved it into something to learning what people are doing while listening to the show. Well, thanks for being our guide, Sirius. We appreciate you a lot.
Yeah, man.
You're the best.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
We're very
I
thankful.
love doing it.
So a picture of what you're doing right now, so I have any idea who the fuck is listening. Kind of like what John Gruden said. We have all the data. It's like, what are we doing with it?
Data.
We have it, but what are we doing with it? We know how long people listen for, the majority of people listen for. We know which ones are liked more than other ones. We know basically, if we really wanted to, who is listening. But boy, that's a lot of digging into information that we got to get. And it tells us, it could be paralysis by analysis.
And then also, what are you doing with that information when you have it? What's your plan?
Who knows? Who the fuck knows?
We have plans, trust me.
I'll tell you what, finding out that wrestling is much more enjoyed on Sirius, though, was something that was a nice little piece of information to have. Like Andy was like, hey, Sirius listeners like wrestling. So if you want to talk about it, you can do that. That was interesting to me. That was a nice piece of information to have.
Okay.
All right, I'll go fuck myself.
I'm listening to you. I agree. Yeah, talk about wrestling. Absolutely.
Okay, speaking of, good transition. After the song here, the intro song, there's a wrestling conversation. It's best on the internet. You're going to enjoy it. It's myself, Nick, and at Hustler2754, Rip Rogers. Here we go. You're listening to the Pat McAfee Show. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American.
Hold on, pause
he was
that.
all
Pause
pro
that.
with the NFL.
Tucker Barnhart just went yard, 2-run tater toss.
Let's go, retweet.
Let's go, Tucker.
Did you get that plus $1,600 or $16,000 bet?
Yep, let's go, cuz. No, because my guy can't take it because it's too big. So I have to go. Somebody has to go to Vegas.
You need a guy?
I need somebody to go to Vegas to cash in my chips that I still have and put in a couple large bets.
Maybe you'll win the Bud Light thing again.
No, that sounds like a business trip. I can go this weekend.
I have been
Foxy.
I've been volunteering for a while for like 5%.
Evan, you wouldn't even know what to do there.
All right,
I've
hit the
never
music.
been.
Let's get out of here.
You see, Gonza?
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was all pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio, wrestling legend, host of the Thursday Wrestling Recap last week. Did a great job with the microphone, by the way, Rip. Did a great job. At Hustler2754, Rip Rogers. How are you, buddy?
The main thing is I got my mouth close to the microphone, just like you said today. That's why you're. Hey, did you see at the goddamn wrestling show the motherfucker called you McAfee? And I fucking lost it. I know it. I said this is a hell of a fucking rib. And I'm thinking you say you're going. I know I fucking Rip Rogers told that motherfucker to say that, but I didn't.
Did you hear what Von Lilas told me?
No, what did Von Lilas told you?
While we're sitting, so this past Sunday, I made my WWE wrestling live event debut.
And you went.
I did a nice suck it chop.
And you did the fucking Brock Lesnar jump. I saw that motherfucker. I was trying to record on my little goddamn phone. And I got to get my mouth back up here getting close. And I didn't see it till I rewound it. Then I saw the one that you guys did with the real camera. And it was fucking awesome.
Well, I appreciate it. The Brock Lesnar jump was a big deal. I've been doing that for years now.
I got to say.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've seen that Brock Lesnar jump. And I was going to do it whenever I got introed. But while I got introed, the guy said McAfee.
Yeah.
This was just all weighing on my head because Von Lilas was sitting next to me the whole time. And he was like, listen, you're new to this business. There's a chance they just embarrass you when you get up there. He said, what are you going to do? You'll have no idea what to do. And when you go up there and they just kick you in the actual face, just in front of all your people here and embarrass you. Something to think about. I'm saying it's like
This
60.
is my favorite thing in the world.
He said, I'm saying it's like 60-40 that's going to happen. I was like, are you kidding me right now? He was like, no, that's definitely a thought for sure. I was like, no way. Are they going to kick me for real? He was like, yeah, so just have a plan for that. I was like, I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'm going to run, Vaughn. You've seen me run before. I'm going to run.
Light him up.
Yeah, exactly.
Light him up.
For the chops. I was like, there's no way they do that. He was like, this is wrestling. There's a chance that happens. And he said, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Like, I'm starting to lean more 65, 70, 30 almost now at this point. So I go backstage, right, with that in my mind. In my head, I'm like, man, we've talked about this thing like 15. They wanted to make sure I knew 100% what was going on so I didn't fuck it up. Mm-hmm. And then I get back there, and in my mind, I'm like, Am I about to get kicked in the face right now? Just is this all about to backfire on everything in front of my people? Who knows? Von Lila's got the little thing, and then they do the introduction, a special guest, Pat McAfee, and I'm like, these motherfuckers are doing it. And while I'm walking out in my head, I'm like, they pronounced my name wrong, and then I'm gonna get kicked in the face for real. But they said no physicality at all. Before I went out there, they're like no physicality, like basically saying like, listen, we don't want you or us to fuck up anything. Don't touch anybody. Just do your thing. I'm like, you got it. It was awesome though. I had so much fun, Rip. So much fun in that little part. Did you?
I got to watch you.
Did you think I was going to get kicked in the face?
No. No, your money.
Real?
No, when you said in that goddamn 3-minute fucking promo, you know.
You're over, baby.
It's you.
Did you enjoy that promo?
I've watched it 7 times.
So I as soon as I had my lady, because I wanted to respond to the guy as soon as he did it, but I noticed that he didn't do it until a day later. So I'm assuming there was some strategy behind that.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll wait a day. I'll give it a day, and then I'll go off. And we go down to the barn, and I cut a promo, and I texted Rip. I was like, I think this 3-minute promo I just cut is going to do pretty well. And I texted Nick as well. I was like, I think it's going to do pretty well. It was a good time.
It was fucking awesome. The thing about it is you just off the emotion, boom, you went, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, like there's certain words I'm not supposed to say on the air, like,
yes.
Yep.
I like your self-censoring there.
Okay, yes, I did. And then, but on the promos, there's certain things you don't say in wrestling, and you went,
Yep.
But you don't know them because you don't know the ground rules, the parameters of what you're supposed to do into this.
There is rules in promos, I assume.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Can't touch this, don't do this.
Right, If you wanted me, it'd be like you don't say somebody's young because then you're beating a kid. You don't say he's old because then you're beating an old guy.
I call him short.
You never call a guy fat or skinny because then if you beat him, who you beating?
Oh, my God.
No. I mean, but how would you know that, right?
That's going to be tough for me not to do, though. That's that's initial.
I know.
Tongue.
You're just fucking goddamn
Go, say it. Say it, Rip. You McAfee. I enjoyed it, though. I was so thankful that Adam Cole gave me the opportunity to do that, you know?
Yeah, he's a good pro.
He's got the crowd. He's a great wrestler. He's an incredible. That whenever Aleister Black's kick, that bump he took was like he was a dead man. It was incredible to watch. Adam Cole is a talent. I was very thankful he let me do that. Now, granted, there ain't nothing super about his kick. It's a pretty average kick. Well, now that's me comparing that to me.
He don't have the goddamn human fucking rocket launching motherfucking on the side that kicks balls.
Yep.
122 fucking yards. We won't exaggerate it all or anything.
124 miles an hour. That's
what it was.
That's not an exaggeration.
Okay.
We could say 130 miles an hour. That would be an exaggeration. Because anything after 120, I assume, feels the same. But goddamn, this leg's ready to go. Cause it was a lot of fun. I loved it.
But when you jumped up there, the Brock Lesnar fucking jump. Then they got the fucking crotch chop gimmick in there. I said, you motherfucker, you planned this motherfucker out in your goddamn head.
30 years. For 30 years, I've been planning
that. 30 years.
That promo was one that's just been sitting there for about 30 years waiting to happen.
This is one fall.
The following contest is scheduled for
one fall.
The entire place.
And every fucking fat fucking mark, the ugliest motherfuckers in my life are sitting out there with their fucking merch shirts on, which we should have had the fucking table for the McAfee shirts.
I know.
We could have had, wow. Yikes.
I didn't drop the wow in there, by the way, at the show. In my head, I was trying to figure out whether or not I should drop it. So while I was cutting the promo about Indianapolis before announcing the match, there was a couple moments my brain was like, oh, I got to drop a wow in here. But I just didn't find it. I didn't want to tag it yet, guys, you know? Didn't want to tag it yet because I have no idea what the future is. I hope they invite me back. That was a lot of fun. The Lesnar jump, though, was something I was excited to whip out right there. You know, that's the one plus side of getting drunk and buying a ring is knowing that your ring's probably about the same size and you've done the Lesnar jump onto yours a few times drunk and sober. So it's a good little confidence boost.
When we had I think we had 11 guys in 10 seats and we had the manipulate our butts and everything in there. But that was pretty cool. I mean, so Von Lilas is hot at me because, well, there's no picture of me sitting next to Pat, right?
Who, Vaughn said that?
Yes.
Oh, there's a lot of video right here.
Okay, but he's all hot. And I said, why? Let me try and manipulate that promo you sent to Randy. And I got a thing where it's got me, him, and then you, but you can only see your shoulder. He goes, well, that don't look like it's him.
Well, we got a video, behind the scenes look at the entire WWE NXT night from Evan Fox at Evan Foxy. He's cutting it right now, actually. So I don't know if we're releasing that last night or today we'll be releasing it, but we're excited for it. It was a fun moment. And I think the WWE people were so hospitable. They were so nice to me. So nice, so thankful. It was a cool moment. I mean, it was a dream come true right there. What's that, bub?
That's the knife in your back. No, you want to make him, hey, you're your friend, and they can shove you over the fucking cliff.
Well, I think...
Or they can put that ramp... No, they see money with you.
I respect...
Money
I
with
respect
you.
that a lot because I watched the NFL or the WWE then. I'm watching it now. And if they feel like I can help for forever, I'm excited to do that. The company's done a lot for me in my life, so I appreciate them. But I do understand wrestling is a tough thing. I understand the body is going to get beat up, and I don't know if I'm tough enough for it yet. Who knows? We'll figure that out. It was a fun start. I'm excited for it. There's a lot going on in professional wrestling right now. And every single week we get a chance to recap it, chit-chat about it. Last week, Rip hosted it. I think the same thing should happen again. We'll let Rip drive the boat here for the next, who knows, 20, 30 minutes about a wrestling recap. Ladies and gentlemen, at Hustler2754, Rip Rogers with all you need to know modern-day wrestling. Go ahead.
Well, fuck, I wanted to tell goddamn stories or something. I didn't want to talk about the recap or something like that.
Well, tell your story then.
Well, what we was talking about earlier about how you thought you was going to get swerved, right?
Yeah.
You might have got kicked in the face and stuff like, right? Now, check this out. I'm wrestling my first match in Indianapolis for Dick the Bruiser. And this old promoter called...
Was that the video, Dick the Bruiser? Who was with Hulk Hogan?
The Beefcake?
Oh, Beefcake, not the Bruiser.
No, this is the Dick the Bruiser.
Okay.
The man that's banned from Madison Square Garden forever for having a riot in 1957.
Let's go.
The man that threw the real crippled lady out of Cincinnati Gardens, and he was banned from the city of Cincinnati forever.
Let's go.
That was DB. That was the former Green Bay Packer, and he went to about 4 different fucking colleges. Always get kicked out of fucking school and shit. And he had a gravelly voice. And when he was up for some kind of sexual thing, they said, "Did you have what do you call that girl was performing fellatio on you, Bruiser?" He says, "I don't know. I just know she was giving me a blowjob." But that's not the 4 words that you can say them, right? So that's okay.
Blowjob?
Yeah. Blowjob, blowjob, blowjob,
Yeah,
blowjob.
you can say blowjob for sure.
Okay, all right.
So Dick the Bruiser and you, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh yeah, so the promoter that I'm going to wrestle, Ivan Koloff, the Ivan fucking Koloff, who was at one time WWF champion, who beat Bruno Sammartino after an 8-year run. Holy moly,
Pittsburgh guy,
and I'm going to wrestle him, right?
Okay.
So all of a sudden he goes, "Hey, when you wrestle, they're gonna shoot on you." I said, "What? They're going to hurt you?" And I'm like, now I'm thinking what you thought, right?
Yeah.
Now I don't want to go out there and be ready to fucking kill this motherfucker, thinking I might, because then I'll get fucking blackballed or whatever for being non-cooperative. Now I don't, fuck.
Bad spot.
Just like you were, right?
Yep.
And you're going, holy foley, what the fuck? And he was the nicest motherfucker as can be.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So you enjoyed that. That was a great first time.
I got autographed from him and everything, right?
That's
then
awesome.
I was in different territories. I was in Puerto Rican, 2 trips to Japan with him, and a nice, one of the nicest guys. And he was the Russian Ivan Koloff, but he was really from French Canadian. Imagine that, huh?
French Canadian,
Yeah.
2 countries combined there, and he's not even from either one of them or America. He's a Russian.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a good gimmick. Rusev's Bulgarian, right? Bulgarian brute.
He is Bulgarian. That's what they say.
He's got a great accent. Have you listened to Rusev talk? He never breaks.
Oh well, Nikita Koloff, he was from that bar as a bouncers with the Road Warriors, Rick Rude, all those guys out of Minnesota that the Shyster Eddie Sharkey, he trained them all. And then one time I was in boxing in Iowa, and Sharky comes in. I said, Sharky, we got to tell some stories and shit, right? And he had about 4 drunk little Indians with him, right? So he was paying them $5, so they was going to box there. They never been in a ring before, but they was paying him $50 and a meal. They was going to get knocked out in the first round because they couldn't fight. But the guys was getting their match, but they was getting their records padded. So what the fuck, right?
So it's a work.
Yeah, it was a total war. But it'd be like you and a 7th grader going to have a kickoff contest. Who can kick the best?
There's a lot of 7th graders that tweet that they want to do that, by the way. That happens. Anytime somebody kicks a football, they're like, I think I can kick further.
I think I'm Pat McAfee.
Oh, my God.
I'm thinking about that. And this is for one fall.
Contest is scheduled for
one fall. And I'm sitting there going, I hate this. Because I'm going to sit there, I'm going to say, and I'm going to give us a chance. These guys were the most athletic,
big dudes,
motherfuckers. And there's things you do in wrestling for storytelling. Okay. In football, we have the flip the coin toss, and we have a kickoff, right?
Yeah.
And in wrestling, the first match, you're supposed to have a fucking tie-up. And this motherfucker kicks his cocksucker in the face. And I said, what the fuck?
It's how it started, too. It wasn't.
What do you go for? No, right away, he's fist-fucking her. He's fist-fucking her right away. Then we're going to kiss her, right? And I'm going, is this a good guy or a bad guy, right? Now, in your football game, your basketball game, your baseball game, the most important thing is the score and what? How much time is left?
Yep.
And there, they don't even say how much time's left in the match, do they?
No.
Nobody knows.
Nobody has a clue.
So in other words, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is all bogus bullshit.
Well, how do you know? Wouldn't the timing kind of say that it's more scripted than not?
Get fucking real. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He hit a 3-pointer with 5 seconds left to go in the game. All right. Oh, that's scripted.
Well, couldn't it end earlier though? Like, couldn't it end because a match can end at any time, right? That's kind of
all I'm saying is if you got a 10-minute time limit. Oh, that's the parameters, and everybody in the place needs to know how much time's left.
Okay,
that's the most important thing in any sport.
And it could end at any time.
Yes,
10 minutes is the max.
Okay, and then you go to the main event, was usually an hour time limit. Am I going a 90-minute time limit or whatever? They might go 8 seconds, but it don't make any difference. Yep. You have to have a time limit. You have to have the fucking clock, or the guy's got to be 5 minutes gone, 5 minutes remaining.
I actually like this idea. Rip came in here spitting out some ideas, and this was one of the ones I liked.
I don't think it's a bad idea because it's not saying it's going to go 10 minutes. But at most that you're going to get this is for 10 minutes because there are some matches that all of a sudden will pop off on like Monday nights and Tuesday nights that are all of a sudden like 3 commercial breaks.
Yep.
You're like, holy shit.
And what they do is they never announce the time unless it's a draw. Ooh, I'm giving away all the secrets.
How about, do you see Velveteen Dream has a Macho Man Randy Savage? Like he had tassels. He did the spin in the middle of the ring. Did you have a little moment of
no.
Nope. Okay.
No. Velveteen Dream was looking great. Very fucking athletic. He's got star written all over him.
Oh, he looked good.
He was just fucking shredded to the fucking bone. He looked fucking great.
And all in on the character.
Yes, he was.
There was no doubting. It was all in. He was him 100%.
It was.
He's all gimmick though, isn't that what you said?
AG, all gimmick. Yeah. Then the bell rings. It's just like we didn't stay for the last match, but when we got out of there, right? But you noticed there was no dives.
There wasn't, huh?
No.
How about, is that because you were there?
No. There was no dives because it's fucking stupid.
Well, you had a war on dives for a while. How about that big dude? What was his name? The big guy.
Lars Sullivan,
I think? The guy he was wrestling. The other guy. There was Pico or, no, I don't know. I don't remember what his name was. Something like that. He was a big dude. He was getting thrown off of the ring, the outside of the ring. I was like, God damn, this guy's getting beat up right now. There was some real shit going on. Somebody actually got hurt, I think, too, right? Did that guy actually get hurt?
Mm-hmm. They said, well, I was talking to trainers backstage, and they said that they lost 3 guys got hurt in the last 3 days.
Wow. How
tough
come?
gig.
It's tough. Wrestling's tough.
I've seen guys tear ACLs 3 times just kicking somebody.
Because it's possible.
Yes.
Anything is possible.
And I've seen guys rip their shoulders, rotary cuff injuries, just reaching up to tag and whatever. I blew my knee up just getting up. Boom, it exploded. Motherfuck. You're going to get hurt in this shit. It ain't goddamn ballet.
It is.
You're going to get fucking hurt.
And whenever you get a chance to watch it live and you actually see the impact that's happening.
You're going, ooh. You're going, ooh.
Yeah. These dudes are getting beat up. right
Yes.
here. Yeah.
But it's like in football. After you hit the first fucking 2 weeks, you know, you're used to getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's in bump shape. You're used to getting fucking tackled. You're used to getting goddamn slammed. If you get fucking chopped every night, who gives a fuck? You're used to it. You fucking like it.
You didn't enjoy the storylines of the matches, but I was impressed by the amount of athletes that came out. There were so many athletes.
Great athletes. But the psychology of wrestling, like the game plan in football, it was not there.
Well, and you were not happy about it, but it was cool to watch. I was excited to be a part of it. I'm very thankful to everybody that let that happen.
Yes.
Hopefully there's more. I mean, I got some in the tank. You know, I got some lines ready to go. Can I go in the ring? Who knows? So we'll figure that out.
They know your money.
I hope so.
They know you can definitely talk.
I hope I can I?
Yes, and they know you can do the Brock Lesnar jump,
which has to say something.
They know you can do the They know you can do the crotch chop. Boop.
By the way,
boop.
That was only because he did it to me mid show. It was a return. It was a return.
Well, that's
chop.
why you're a good babyface, because you let the heel get his shit in first. He heals on you. You retribute back.
Bang.
And the winner is
Alistair Black. Drop the mic too. I did.
I was waiting for you to drop that.
I
The
did
son
a
of a
mic
bitch.
drop, and then I slid out. I didn't want to take Alistair's shine.
Right.
Alistair Back was like, "You should have stayed out there with me. Like, raise my hand or whatever." I was like, you know what? It's your time, bud.
Wow.
It's your time.
Look at you.
I knew you get that wow in.
Don't die.
Almost, Rip.
Well, I didn't know you was going to do it longer. I started with half a breath, motherfucker. Asshole.
I'll tell you what, you might get the most time at that gym of yours, but don't be dying while saying wow and trying to keep up with this lung capacity.
That'd be a hell of a goddamn rib. Fucking die at 64 on the McAfee show.
Oh my God, you. What's up?
That'd be a hell of a fucking rib, wouldn't it? You could have a fucking picture be like you got a Steve Austin over there.
It'll be the Rip Rogers Wow shirt merch. Buy now.
I
Buy.
got the other Max shirt on.
It's a good shirt.
It says, what you said? You beat my ass? Was that what it says or something?
No, you said it, not me. You said I got.
What's it say?
It says I got my ass beat by Pat McAfee.
Yeah, okay.
You're a regular fucking McAfee Mark over here, Rip.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's called the FTS.
Okay, let me guess. It's something about sucking up to the boss.
No, it's the free T-shirt. And I would never suck up to the boss. I want a younger, more attractive man.
I appreciate it. I don't want it either. That's good. Baron Corbin sent me a text. He was like, "You little Mark boy." That's what he sent to me. I was like, "Did you see that Lesnar jump? Did you see that Lesnar jump?" He was like, "Yeah, I saw it. Did you enjoy it?" I was like, "I did. It was a lot of fun." He said, "Nice." And they're coming back. SmackDown's coming to town here in like a week and a half or whatever. Baron Corbin and I were teammates my rookie year. We both talked about wrestling. He's doing it. I'm excited for him. Excited to see him. I'm happy he's having success. He's a good little bad guy. He is. He's a good bad guy. He's hateable. I guess that's a good part of being a bad guy. You told me right after watching my 3-minute promo, you're like, you're a natural heel, baby. Yes. That's what you said. What does that mean?
That's awesome.
Being a heel. Now, granted, that doesn't mean I'm not liked by people. It's just in this situation, I'm the bad guy.
No. What it is the little asshole started it first, right? So now what you're doing is you're coming back, but you're coming back with something. He's already drowned and dead. He can't come back. You buried him so bad. So you don't want to do it. So you want the heel to get the heat, and the babyface never gets to come back till the end. Right away, you cut his nuts off.
I feel like all the good heels are the ones that end up being loved the most. Like The Rock was a heel, and then he was loved by everybody.
The more they hate you when you turn, the more they love you. And the more they love you when you turn evil, the more they hate you.
That's interesting. That is very interesting. Because The Rock was trying to be a bad guy there for a while. Like The Miz is technically a bad guy, but I think he's like Elias is technically a bad guy, but I think he's most liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wrestling psychology is so interesting. Because what happens then? How do you book that? Like you got a bad guy who's supposed to be a bad guy, but he's liked more than the good guy that's supposed to be a good guy.
Well, that's simple. If you're a bad guy, but they like you. Me and Nick are bad guys. We beat you up and leave you for dead. Now you're a good guy.
Now I could still be a lonely bad guy, but now you're so lonely you're a good guy.
Yeah.
God.
Now you're the underdog.
Elias is getting some push right now.
And taking a beating. while doing so.
Yeah, what
it's kind
happened?
of that same sense. Like they
Okay.
did the Symphony of Destruction match on Raw, which was like all these musical instruments outside the ring, the piano, the drums, the big bass guitar, a couple guitars, and Braun just beat the hell out of him the whole match.
The whole time.
Yeah, and then gets the win, and it's like, man, Elias, one of these times has got to get a pull out of W here at some point. He's just been taking beatings week after week by Braun on Raw.
What does that mean?
Well, that's okay. I remember we was riding in the car, and they said, "Oh, Honky Tonk got beat all week." They said they're firing him. I said, "Motherfucker, that means they're going to make him the champion." They said, "What?" I said, "Well, all the beatings he took elevated those opponents. Then all of a sudden, next week on TV, he's the champion. Now he's got a rematch with all those guys, don't he?" Oh, wow!
Got you there too by probably like 3 more W's.
I think so.
Yeah, 3, 4 W's.
But I got the
tooth gimmick
handicap.
Did you just take out your bottom teeth?
Yeah, I ain't got any. Yeah, bottoms.
Usually you take out the tops.
I took out the bottoms.
Switch it up on them.
Oh yeah, sometimes it's right hand, sometimes it's left. But I still got their big right hand forearm.
What else happened in Raw, Nick?
Raw, one of the segments I really liked was The Miz came out and did the Mizzy Awards. And he basically just insulted Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor with all the awards, and then ended up eventually wrestling with the Miz Taraj versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Nice. You like Miz? You like Miz, Rip?
Oh shit! I'm on your show. I love the Miz.
He's a great personality. He really is a
That
great
Mizzy
person.
Award segment was hilarious.
I didn't get a chance to see it. Everybody on the internet loved it, though. The guy can talk. He's
almost a mini McAfee.
Oh, don't say that, please. I don't have to walk into a fucking nightmare of a situation. I think he's just.
Oh, excuse you for being good. No, fuck him.
Well, you're right.
No.
You're right. When Enzo Amore came into WWE and everybody's like, this guy can talk. I was always so confused. I'm like, yeah, I guess he can. But I mean, nothing's really coming together. You know what I mean? Like, I am a professional talker. That's what I am.
Yeah, I mean, who was in Lafayette, Indiana, doing the one-man fucking show with 5,200 screaming fucking Lafayette, and then after you did the goddamn Big Ten game from Iowa, come jet setting in, and a 2.5, 3 hours, we could say 8-hour show.
I'm supposed to talk, though. That's what I'm supposed to be
Well,
doing.
the nice thing about this is if you get in there, you have a gimmick built in here where you can do one of these things. You can have the Pat McAfee show in the ring. Like Christian used to have the Peep Show, Piper had Piper's Pit. Jericho had Raw's Jericho and some other stuff that he did the list thing, but like you could have your own little segment. It'd be awesome.
Miz TV.
Yes, exactly.
Is a great segment. Miz is a good talker, man. I enjoy the Miz Taraj a lot.
When Miz come up, Miz was a good heel. He was a guy to come in, he told me, "I'm the Miz."
And I'm
saying,
awesome.
He said, "I'm the Miz," and I said, "Fuck off, asshole! Don't treat me like a fucking mark, fucking goof." Oh yeah,
that's how he was in the real world.
Oh yeah,
though.
this was right when he first come in. OVW, hey, I'm the Miz. You're the fucking Miz. You're a fucking goof. You know what I mean? Now you're a rich goof with a hot wife.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was notorious that he was hated by everybody.
He had so much heat on him because he had a mouth.
Yep.
And they made him dress they wouldn't let him in the dressing room.
Yeah, that's what I heard. At the
Yes.
WWE too,
Yes.
right? It wasn't just at OVW. It was
No, I'm talking about WWE.
Yeah, at WWE.
They made him dress in the closet, dressing room, or whatever. Now he's head honcho, ain't he?
Now he's the guy.
Now he's the man.
And it's interesting though to hear that like how the roster feels about people. Those are like those little stories, reality TV stories that people love hearing. That's why the network does so well, because it's behind the scenes stuff. When I heard that about the Miz, it was so interesting to me, because it was like, man, I feel like he's a guy who's a good bad guy, but it seems like in real life he's an actual bad guy. But then now there's stuff like behind the scenes where he's hilarious. I'm a big fan of the Miz. I like the way the Miz operates. He's funny too. He breaks up the show well.
Yeah, it's like usually in the wrestling business, the good guys are really assholes. And the bad guys are the fucking great fucking guys. That's the way it usually is.
Isn't that not interesting?
Oh, it's isn't that funny?
It's an interesting world.
The fucking heels are fucking funnier than fuck.
Gotta talk.
Oh, shit, yeah,
Gotta talk. Who's guiding the way? Matches, old school matches used to be the heel that would drive it, right?
Oh, the babyface just shut the fuck up and listen.
Is it like that now? Like John Cena's the super babyface, right? He's been around for so long, and he's always in the middle of.
Well, now everything's changed now.
Okay.
I teach guys call the ring, shut the fuck up. I'm the quarterback of the team. I'll call the goddamn audibles. And all you got to do is listen, kid. I'll tell you every move to make. And then about 3 to 5 years, you'll start understanding this shit. And then you can be the leader. And you'll take the next young boy and bring him up. Hell, I was wrestling Randy Orton's grandpa. His grandpa.
Randy Orton is incredible, by the way. He's so attractive. I say it once a week, I think, more than that. But when he comes on the television, it's like, holy fuck. Him and Jinder right now are in the middle of something.
Yeah, him, Jinder, and Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode came out and he was commentating the match, jumped up, and he ended up costing Orton the match. So they got a nice little three-way dance going on there.
I like it. I enjoy it. You wrestled with Randy Orton's grandfather and Jinder Mahal's father?
His uncle.
His uncle?
His uncle, and then I tagged some with Randy's father.
How about Bobby Roode? You know anything about him? Train him or anything? I was about to say that's an interesting little Rip Rogers connection right there. That's basically one of the main storylines, other than the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing.
But every week on here, you're getting on here and you're always saying, "What an attractive man Randy Orton
It's incredible.
is."
I'm telling you, he's incredible.
And if you had a fanny pack on, it would probably be rising up and down when you're talking about that. What a nice guy. Now I know the multi-million-dollar legs straightening out there. I don't know what that is, that big, huge calf. Thank you very much. And
I just think you heard that. You heard that in I complimented me in the promo. Yeah. I had to sneak one of those.
I had to put myself over,
I think Randy doesn't get enough credit, though. Like, he's been around for so long.
No. Randy gets all the credit. The guys know.
The guys know.
You can't throw accolades to everybody all the time because people get sick of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think at some point you'll see Randy come back out here when he gets his next push.
Yes.
And they'll start talking that up a little bit, I'm sure. Like, maybe they'll bring back the Legend Killer thing and, like, he's been the guy.
It's almost like, though, that Randy Orton's job has been to turn it over to a new generation, but for like the last 5 years, 10 years, it's been happening, and it's still like he's the guy. It's very interesting. It's very, very... He doesn't talk much. Randy doesn't talk much.
Less is better. Less is more.
Not saying he's bad on the mic, but that's definitely not his primo skill set. He's a worker, right? I mean, he's good in the ring, but the mic skills, not the greatest.
I don't know. I haven't heard him talking so long, I don't think. It's an interesting thought.
Well, okay, now, if I had to listen to your ass every week,
Ty Schmidt, Evan Foxy, they have to listen to me more than anybody on
okay,
earth.
but I'm talking like 15 years.
Okay.
I get sick of it.
Yeah, for sure.
No, because I've heard everything.
So that's like Cena. Cena runs into an arena that does not like him on a very regular basis. But all he's done is just showed up for fucking 15 years, doing great work, selling a lot of merch for WWE and keeping it moving. But it seems as if for the last, numerous years, people have been turning on Cena. Probably like 5 years it's been happening. And it still happens and he still shows up. Well, you're right, though. Everybody gets old.
Everybody loves you until you're more successful than them. But anyway, it's like Hogan. Remember how first he was great, then they're sick of him. Ultimate Warrior, they like him, then they're sick of him. Bret Hart got booed out of the building for how long? When he was a babyface. Then, you know what I mean? You've got that so long of a shelf life. Remember when Vince, all of a sudden he put Randy Savage on Color, Honky Tonk?
Yes.
Because he knows when they see you this much, after the news wore off, remember Desperate Housewives? That first year was hot, wasn't it?
Yep.
The second year, they're shooting lesbian angles and everything else. And by the third year, they're off the air.
You're saying the same thing about Bar Rescue, Pawn Stars. That's what I say all the time.
Yes.
People have a run, and then people are sick of your shit. In wrestling, it has to continue, though. That's interesting, because once you've had your run and it's over, reality TV stars disappear. Wrestlers stay in the forefront and embrace it.
That's like years ago, it'd be like handsome Jimmy Valiant. He'd wrestled for Vince Sr., and he'd be there. They say, okay, Jimmy, you come back for 18 months in 3 years. Then you'll be there for your run, and then come back again 3 years after that.
Got you.
So, interesting tie into that, I think, is Matt Hardy, because the stuff he's doing with his Woken gimmick, he got that in another organization, obviously, and it worked there, and it was awesome. A lot of fans bought in. They bring it over to WWE. It's a newer Matt Hardy, and they dumbed it down. That's why, like, you don't get it because it's not the same thing. It's like a dumbed down knockoff version, and it's not as good. So on Raw, they introduced the Hardy compound, where he had this awesome match with Jeff back in the day, and it was, all kinds of high spots.
Backyard, right?
Yeah. And now it sounds like they're going to do something similar with him and Bray Wyatt. but I can't imagine it's going to be as good as it was.
Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton had that house fight. It was terrible. It was like,
oh yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was so bad, and it was not a good thing. It was something that I think Bray and Randy are both incredible, and it was something they both hated. I think they assume they gave it a shot. Now they're going to do it with Bray and Matt Hardy.
Yeah, and the Matt Hardy Jeff Hardy thing was interesting because it's like that's the thing. Like you said, Rip, it's more of a gimmick than it is a match. You're just relying on them to act, basically.
You like the Hardy Boys?
Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
it? You enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
Because Jeff does some wild shit. And where's Jeff? Is he hurt?
No idea.
Because Matt Hardy's become this solo superstar.
You got to remember, these guys were young and they were enhancement talent when they started, and they was willing to jump off a building if need be to get noticed, and they're not real big, and they probably had some serious injuries, real serious.
Matt still has that limp. You see, he has a big limp. I wonder what that's from. Like what? I'm assuming people do know, but it is. The Hardys are the Woken thing. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't think I ever will. But they still keep it going. So I assume it works. Who knows? Let's keep it moving.
Well, if it's on TV and it's shoved down your throat, it'll eventually get over.
I don't think so. I don't know if that Woken one will.
Well,
at first it was over.
Okay. Now here's the thing, Pat. If it's Vince's idea,
it wasn't though.
It wasn't. And that's what's. It reminds me almost a much smaller scale version of like when they brought the NWO over to WWE.
Yep.
And it was like, yeah, this was so cool back in the day, and now it's like it's not the same.
Well,
it's like the shirt's there, the color's there, the music's there, but it's
the
not.
new group of kids that haven't seen it yet, it's
new.
for them.
Anything that's old is new again if you haven't seen it.
It's like soap operas, right?
Yeah.
So Sam loves my lady loves soap operas, and now she's watching wrestling, and she follows Stephanie McMahon now and Alexa Bliss. Like she's becoming a real fan. And we would miss something. We'd miss one day because something happened, and we go watch the next time. And she's like, "They're going to recap everything that happened. This is literally a male soap opera. They're going to we don't have to watch it. They're going to recap everything." I was like, "How do you know?" She was like, "Yeah, this is a soap opera, Pat. You're watching a soap opera. They're going to recap everything, and it's going to get recycled too. I assume. Is that right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're 100% right. I don't need your bullshit either, Sam." Like, yeah, she's like, "Yeah, this is a male soap opera. I get it. It's interesting. It's very interesting."
Hey, one time, this is like 1984, no, 83, I'm lifting in Sente Sports Center in Lexington, Kentucky, preparing for the Mr. Kentucky contest. And I got my mouth up here tight so you can hear it. See?
Yeah, we want to hear the story.
All of a sudden, I hear something on the radio. It was Soap Opera Update. And they actually said, in another world, this happened with this, blah, blah, blah. And then all my children, I thought, I'm looking around like fucking candid cameras, this fucking rib or what? And it was actually a soap opera update. And they'd tell you what was happening in 5 soap operas in case you fucking missed it.
Yep, and that's what we're doing with wrestling right now.
Wow.
That's what we're doing right now. Look at us. Going back to the well. That's what we're doing right now.
Acting like we're fucking over. Fanny pack. Got my McAfee shirt on. My hat.
Yep.
My teeth are in. My jacket from 1997.
Some would say you're styling and profiling.
Woo. Wow.
I was quarter breath too. I was worried you were going to beat me on that one.
I know, but I said, oh, fuck, I can't beat the fucker. Fuck him.
Well, you know what? I got a good lung capacity. Good lung capacity.
My boy, I heard you did.
Yikes.
Yo, I got my yikes shirt too.
What else happened? Anything awesome that we need to know about?
Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle are going to be taking on Stephanie and Triple H.
We all knew that was coming,
yep.
right? We all knew that. Ronda is not over, but they're going to make her over, and it's a good storyline. I'll be excited to see what happens.
I don't know if she tried to do an angle slam to Stephanie and just did a Samoan drop, but she definitely just did a Samoan drop to Stephanie on
Yeah,
Raw.
she did, didn't she?
Yeah, I don't know if she was trying to do the angle slam, like I said, but
it'll be interesting to watch her learn, like, because she's very athletic. I assume she'll be able to pick some real shit up. I think she's probably going to be pretty good in there.
She'll be good.
I think she is. Like, I think she's going to be good in the ring. And Stephanie's good in the ring too, isn't she?
I mean, she's been in the ring. I wouldn't call her good, but she can.
Rip just said shirt got awfully tight over here. I guess he's saying no. He's saying no.
She's a fucking office girl. She ain't no goddamn wrestler.
Well,
That's like you
slap. She can slap really well. She's one of the best slappers.
Great slap.
One of the best slappers in a game.
Oh, okay.
I honestly believe her and Rick James. from Chappelle's show.
Well, the 5 fingers say to the face.
yeah. I think Stephanie McMahon's slap is equitable to that.
And then one more thing we should mention. Paul Heyman came out and kind of shot on Roman Reigns, brought the belt out and said, you don't call out Brock. Brock is what he is because of what he's done. He has the right to show up when he wants. You don't call out The Undertaker like this. You don't get to call out Brock.
And how did the crowd react?
It's hard to say. I think it's just they don't like Reigns really. So I think
it is true though. Like Brock has been around for so long and been the guy for so long. He's done a lot. Suplex City has even sold a lot of merch, which isn't easy to do. Like to a new generation that isn't just super kid like. But it is interesting if you're another wrestler, how that was probably some stuff that was leaking around backstage. How this guy's the guy and he doesn't show up all the time. But he's been around for so fucking long. That guy's been around for so long.
All you got to do though is you want him to like Reigns. Everybody in the world hates fucking Heyman. Jesus Christ, whoever Heyman's for.
That's what I mean.
It's so simple.
The crowd still wouldn't get behind
what.
Roman, even in that situation. So it's like, what else can they do to try?
I mean, Heyman's the ultimate fucking heel. Jesus Christ, you hate that motherfucker.
He is so good at talking.
Oh, you'd be drinking that goddamn Kool-Aid.
You're not hijacking my promo from me. He told the crowd whenever they started chanting, and he just said, "You're not hijacking my promo," and just stopped. And it was like one of those moments where I think everybody in WWE Universe was like, yeah, he's right, though. I mean, this guy can talk, so this crowd should probably just shut the fuck up for a minute. Yeah. Everybody, like, we respect the Paul Heyman hustle for sure.
He did say that Brock will be there on Raw next week, though.
He showed up at a live event in Chicago, non-televised. Brock Lesnar did. Get back in the ring? Is that what that is probably for? To get back in the ring?
He probably had an extra date to do, so much per contract or whatever. And we'll slide that one in, but you get your money. Okay, well, I'll do the extra one. I had nothing to do anyway, but fucking climb the pole in Saskatchewan, so what the hell, right?
You say he lives out in the middle of nowhere. He has to climb a telephone pole to get a phone?
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
No, this guy is his own man. He's fucking alpha, baby. He does whatever the fuck he wants to do.
As he should.
That's right. I ain't going to say shit or shine over to him.
I ain't going to say shit to Brock Lesnar either. Hopefully this whole wrestling thing happens after Brock retires, you know? And maybe I'll just maybe if I become like a good enough wrestler, I'll get F5 by Brock one day whenever he's like in the Hall of Fame or something.
And we'll say Brock Lesnar, he was a high school All-American.
He was, wasn't he?
He was a college All-American.
He was, wasn't he?
He was a pro football player. He was a UFC champion.
Yeah.
He was a WWE whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's one of the baddest men in the world, but the highlight of his life was having Pat McAfee shit his pads in the middle of the ring in Muncie, Indiana. Something like that.
Just say my name right next time you fucking talker.
Okay.
Hilarious. I did hear that guy say that, and I was going to address it, but I honestly thought the Von Lilas comment about me getting kicked in the face could potentially happen. So I'm like, I'm just going to try to get out of here with my jaw for real. And that didn't happen. You know, it happens. It's good.
He could have kicked you as hard as he could, and you could have just no-sold it, give him the crotch fucking thing, and then had your jaw set at home when it was broken later, but don't put him over at all.
Just fucking no-sell.
Yeah, and what'd you call him? Cesspool mouth, or what'd you call him?
Suckle.
Suckle. What's that?
His suckle.
What was that?
Well, where do you suck from?
Okay.
Your hole in your mouth.
Okay, so we was...
I don't know. You ask Rick that question. It's a totally different world. Be careful.
Yeah, the video we sent you, we was calling him the chote.
The chote?
Uh-huh.
What's that mean?
Well, the chote is when you got the thick penis is thicker than length.
Oh, okay.
So that's what, remember we was going and blah, 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 and they was going chote. They was talking about him, and then we cheered for you like he was over.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was the chote thing. I didn't know what it was.
I appreciate you.
All the young guys had to tell me what a chote was. I said, shit, well, I guess I've been...
I think it's a chode.
A chote. I don't know what the hell it was.
Is that what we're saying?
Fuck, I can hardly hear fucking Bobby Eaton. Goddamn, he punched me in the fucking ear when he was 17. Some bitch I still can't hear out of the motherfucker.
Bobby Eaton?
Yeah, asshole. Did it on purpose, he told me.
What else happened? Anything else we need to know? Fastlane's coming up.
Fastlane's coming up. We had that 5-way on SmackDown with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, so they gave
Kevin
away
Owens, the whole bang.
They did the main event of Fastlane, and they also had Ronda hit Stephanie before the pay-per-view. It's very interesting. Very interesting decisions. What's going to happen? Who won that 5-way? Oh, Sami Zayn did. He turned on Kevin Owens at the end.
Yeah, he did. After saying he would lay down on the pay-per-view, he ended up pinning him.
Yeah, and he turned over, and then the interview ended. The show ended with him getting interviewed saying he's the best in the WWE or something like that, and then it ended.
The thing with the girls, now if Stephanie was like a real wrestler and Ronda had been around a while, they would have left her for dead. So she could have got her revenge at WrestleMania. But since they hadn't seen Ronda do anything, she had to do something to the evil Stephanie.
To let the people know that, hey, Ronda can wrestle a little bit. Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So they had to show that.
Yeah, they had to show that.
Okay,
if
that
they'd
makes
have beat her
sense.
down, you're going, well, here's this so-called UFC star, whatever, and then we got this girl beating. I don't believe in it. You know what I mean?
Got you. So she had to do a wrestling move to show that she can do that.
Yeah.
What about the 5-way, which is the main event? It's a six-way, right? It's a 6.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 6 of them, I think, on Sunday at Fastlane.
Mm-hmm.
And they had 5 of them on SmackDown, except for John Cena.
Okay, yeah, Cena. I keep forgetting about
John
him
Cena was the
weaseling
only
his
one
way
that
in there.
wasn't in it.
So yeah, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and now Cena.
So one of the storylines, basically, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are a team. Sami Zayn tells Kevin Owens that at Fastlane he'll roll over for him at the end to win the title, so that he can have a WrestleMania moment. Then they have a 5-way. Last night, Sami Zayn flips on Kevin Owens at the end. Sami Zayn wins. So obviously they're doing that to set up for when he doesn't do it at Fastlane. Is that right?
No matter what it is you're going to watch, to figure out what the hell it is, right?
It's one of those two going to have to come down to the end.
Yeah.
Probably Cena, huh? They're probably going to have Cena win. So he can be the 17 time?
Yeah, it would be his 17th.
Yeah, he said it'd be a record, WWE record 17-time champion. So many storylines. Going to have to watch Fastlane on Sunday. Anything else we should know about?
I think that's about it.
Rip, how you feeling, man? You feel good?
Do I feel good?
Yeah.
Hey, I looked on the Twitter and I saw Jeff Vibert, the sign, his face of what it looked like when after he got his and he couldn't get the girl to leave. So that's the Vibert face now.
What? When did that happen?
Well, I put it on the other day. It's the face you have of Jeff Vibert, the big V, when he's with a woman, he gets his, then he wants her to leave, and he's.
So you're a member of Things You Missed every Thursday night, Hold of the Week with Jeff Herbert.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? That's the highlight of my fucking life.
Well, it's also the highlight of the internet every week whenever you put little tiny the Jeff Vibert into a pretzel almost in the Hold of the Week.
Oh, I know, but he got his revenge. It's going to play tomorrow.
Tonight.
Yeah, that's right, tonight.
It's on tonight. Don't give away the story.
Hey, no, I get my fucking...
Hey, kayfabe. Don't be fucking giving away the story.
They don't kayfabe. Well, talk Kiazarni then.
Huh?
Well, talk to Kiazarni then.
Well, stop with the kayfabe bullshit.
Huh?
Let's not give away the goddamn story.
Well, talk to Kiazarni then.
Well, why don't you...
kayfabe on the Snabits then.
Why don't you say my ick day? Why don't you say my ick day?
That ain't fucking Carney.
Yeah, it is.
That's fucking pig Latin.
Well, suck my dick.
Mea culpa.
dick.
Hey,
yeah, Sprechen dick.
Mea culpa, e mea maxi pacopa. Dominus vobiscum, ecum spirit tutuo ite messias del gracias.
Okay.
I used to be a server boy.
Uckhole say, okay?
Yo.
Uckhole say. Suckhole. Go ahead and stop talking. All right, and that's the show. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday Bangers. Rip at Hustler2754. You got anything else to sell?
Sell?
Yeah, you sell anything?
I don't. Shit, guys that hit me, I never sell. You know that.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Strong style.
Oh, fuck.
Strong style.